Thank you for joining us for session number 3 of Hexbreakers, a Kids on Brooms actual play on the Happy Jacks RPG Network. We are joined by our friend the helicopter, who we will be working into the program this evening. To catch up on past episodes, visit happyjacks.org/hexbreakers. And to find all of the shows on the Happy Jacks Network, you can visit happyjacks.org. I'm your GM for the evening. My name is Emily St. James. I'm here to play everybody who's not one of these 4 lovely people, including and particularly unicorns from New Jersey, who I'm going to try to work in absolutely every session from now on.
Yes.
But that's me. Why don't my wonderful players explain who they are? And we'll start with Kimmy.
Hello, I am Kimmy. I am playing Melody Inkwood. And every time we play, she's somebody different because that's how this game is going right now. So as we do our reality bending travels through the multiverse, generally she is part of the Inkwood family, which is the family that started the school that we all attend, which is the Inkwood Sanctuary for Universal Development. And she's shy and she, her pronouns, and she's kind of like the what's the specific thing? I didn't find it. She's just like kind of like the awkward, kind of the awkward oddball.
The offbeat eccentric.
That's what it is.
Yes.
I had some synonyms for that. I wrote a little bit. So, and yeah, she tends to favor and is trying to experiment with like tech magic.
Halito, everybody. My name is Adam, and I am playing Tanager Folsom. Tanager is a gender-fluid Choctaw from Bakersfield who just happens to have taken up that European colonizer kind of magic, but it's actually kind of interesting. So she is here at the Inkwood Academy to learn about this magic that has nothing to do with her earlier magical life. And that is, they're the firstborn caster is the thing. Yeah. Sorry, I think that's it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ryan.
Hello, I'm Riley Silverman, and I play Daphne Morgaine, and she is a Hottie descendant. She used to go to the British school, and now she goes to this school, and she's about the same regardless of the reality she's in, although there's some weird stuff happening with her fam right now, so we're going to be watching that story as it develops. But otherwise, she, her, and fabulous.
And Jay.
Howdy, everybody. I'm Jay, and I'm blipping back into this session. Missed last session.
What? We were totally here last time.
Oh no, I was totally blipped out. I know our realities are a little different at this point. They're kind of shaky, but no. I am playing Dante Soliman, the withdrawn bookworm of the group, a Filipino American from Orange County, who was born into a non-magical family, but started exhibiting magical abilities after a supernatural experience.
Yes. So I believe we have a short recap of last week's events. As alluded to, Adam and Jay were not here last week, so it was a Daphne and Melody two-hander. Riley, why don't you offer us that recap?
Sure. For the benefit of people who actually want to follow along, I'll do it with my actual accent and not try to read it as Daphne. Daphne and Melody wake up in a reality different from the one in our first session. Melody is from the good side of the Inkwood family and is a loner, but still popular. Daphne wants to go to the Samhain dance with Caitlin, but before she could ask, Leopold, the rival, asked her and Daphne was rejected. Melanie asked Daphne to the dance to help her save face, and then a teacher, Wendell Parker, tasked the girls and their friend Michelle with collecting a unicorn tear at the stroke of midnight on Samhain. Michelle reminded the girls of Tanager and Dante, who they did not remember in this reality. Daphne and Mel's then botched an attempt to negotiate with the Sasquatch groundkeeper Scrobbles in order to get the unicorn tears and alerted the Sasquatches of their very impending plan to steal some tears.
We failed that's so badly.
So bad. So then, because of dice rolls, we had a whole second act to our show, which was that Melanie took Daphne to her family's secret library where they researched unicorns and the Hexbreakers. They ended up revealing the presence of someone they assumed was a Hexbreaker before Melody hacked into their phone and sending herself and Daphne into yet another timeline where they were the stars of a magic reality show that was big on drama. Realizing this reality is one where they had not yet alerted the Sasquatches of their plan, they whisked away in the night on their brooms, and they were able to talk to the most charming unicorn that ever existed, Unicorn Mike, who, after being like real honest with our feelings and our motivations in the world, and like a real good lesson that sometimes honesty the best policy, they were able to get that unicorn tear and head back before they jumped into a different reality again, where Daphne found out that her mothers were in supreme form of danger, and we left off with Melody with a strange premonition that perhaps she invented the technology that the Hexbreakers are using.
Very strange.
Dun, dun, dun.
Oh, and Tanager and Dante are back now.
Yes.
And I think it's important to clarify that we humanely collected the unicorn tear
Yeah.
by making Unicorn Mike laugh until he cried rather than like making him sad.
Yeah,
Mhm.
with his permission and consent as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
They did a type 5, and the unicorn was like, "This is great material." And, yeah. So,
The jokes were so bad.
so that is
It
where
really-
that is where we begin this week. It is first of all, I want to find out. So I think we said at the end of last session that we are now in a universe where Tanager and Dante are. Tanager, Dante, what are your memories of the time when all of this was happening? Because you had blipped out. So do you have any memories of, or what's your memory of like this universe we're in right now?
Do you want to go ahead? All right,
I have memories of like a wild and crazy Samhain night.
Mm-hmm.
And the next time that I see Daphne, I go to Daphne and I go, Daphne, I know it was really crazy last night, and I know what happened between you and me. We're going to be bonded for the rest of our lives, but that doesn't change anything. And then I blip out, and then I blip back in. And I'm like, hey, how you doing?
Oh,
How was that dance last night? It was pretty fun, huh?
yeah, it was wild. Yeah,
Yeah.
lots of stuff happened, and then we should never talk about it again though, just in case.
All right, well, I'm glad you had a good time. So that's it.
Yeah.
Tanager, what's your memory?
I don't have it. I can't follow that. No, I think Tanager actually had a memory of not being here at Inkwood. I think Tanager was back with her mom in Bakersfield, and just kind of I think like. Yeah, I think having this like sort of normal quiet night, actually. So I know that's not the most dramatic choice, but I think there's this Tanager's got this undercurrent of like she is so out of her element in a lot of ways, and and I think the weirdest thing for her would be to actually like be home and be comfortable.
Mhm.
Yeah.
What was the food your mom made to make you feel at home, and how did your cat call you back to the Institute?
Ooh. Oh, okay. So okay, so mom made Frito chili pie.
Oh.
Because
She rocks.
right. Because nothing is better than Frito chili pie. So yeah. So like, yeah, God, I haven't had Frito chili pie in so long. But yeah, so and then and I think we were like sitting on like just sort of like cuddling on the couch watching TV, and and just having a quiet night, and we were watching some movie, and I keep hearing a cat meow, and there's no cat in the movie. And then like the all of a sudden like wind blows the door open, and Butterfinger like just kind of like strolls into the house, and is and just like stares at me and goes meow. and all of a sudden I'm back in my back in the common room, and with like Butterfinger like just kind of perched on my lap now, just kind of purring, and yeah.
Right. For simplicity's sake, I'm going to say we are in the universe we were in session 1, where everybody's alive and around. Obviously, Melody and Daphne remember their adventures in the other universes, and we will do some more universe hopping, but to keep myself from completely losing my mind, because I wrote down that I've introduced 17 universes at this point, and I need to stop.
Yes.
So, like, we won't be going back to reality show universe, because I don't want to do that again. But, so we are in that universe, and it's a couple weeks past Samhain. It is November 11th, which is an obscure pagan holiday called Feast of the Einherjar, which is a Norse holiday to remember people lost in battle and celebrate the Valkyries and so on and so forth. It is, of course, the same day as the American Veterans Day, which is probably like related somehow, except Veterans Day comes from VE Day and
Interesting.
1916. But yes, November 11th, I think it's just a coincidence, but who knows? So,
The more you know.
yeah, exactly. It's a lovely morning. It's foggy outside because it's Northern California and it's end of fall. All the noises are very muted, and you're all in the breakfast hall. Who are you remembering on this Feast of the Einherjar? I'm going to start with you, Jay.
Let's see. You know what? I'm going to remember my great grandfather, who fought in the Pacific Triangle in World War II.
Okay, great. Right.
I'm remembering my nan on my mom's side, my mother's side. Then again, she was real powerful and she was like wicked smart and like super cool. So, she's not with us anymore, but we loved her. So remembering her.
Tyler.
I think I'm remembering my dad who like died in Desert Storm.
Okay. Great. And Melody.
I'm abstaining respectfully because fighting is bad, and while it's great to remember people who have, done great things in the past, it's also really important that we prioritize peace in the now.
Okay. Great. Yeah.
I think my nan probably died fighting like a dark wizard or something.
Yeah.
That makes more sense.
That sounds pretty rad.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Also, by the way, I said Desert Storm, and I'm thinking that that's like probably before these characters were born, because we've been in a war for like 22 years now. So yeah, so probably.
So maybe enduring freedom.
Yeah, enduring freedom. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
You're the most enduring freedom of all.
Yeah.
Or Afghanistan somewhere.
yeah,
Yes.
right. Okay.
Yeah. So the school is appropriately somber. It's one of the few days when this is sort of on everybody's mind. And are you all sitting together? Are you separate? What's your breakfast routine today?
I have to ask, like, how was Riley how was Riley? Sorry.
Riley
How
is-
was how was Daphne? That's what happens when your names rhyme. When we got back, like the next day, what was it like?
So I think I was distant, but not for the reasons you think I was, but you don't know that. I think that there's something like Daphne seems worried or anxious and hasn't opened up about why. And so it would be very easy for Melody to think that she's avoiding her or she's being cold or distant to her. It's actually, you don't really know why. Out of character, I think you can figure out why, because what happened at the end of last session.
Yeah.
But I think that's probably weighing on Daphne right now, and she's trying to So I think that I'm putting up walls and I'm trying to be like tough and strong because I'm freaking out.
Yeah.
And that's where I'm at right now.
Okay. Melody is by herself.
Okay, great. Tanager, Dante, what are you up to this morning?
Well, if we've been cool enough to get to hang out with Daphne for the last couple weeks, I might actually be sitting with Daphne if we're allowed to. Are we allowed to?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So Tanner just plops down, across the table from Daphne and starts like shoving food in her mouth, but also like reaches into her backpack and and she's like, "Hey, I got you these rocks," and just like hands you like 3 very unassuming rocks, but they're just like perfect.
Oh, what are these like talismans or something?
No, they're rocks. I just thought you'd like them.
Do they like mean something? Are they like a cultural thing, or is it just rocks that you found?
No, it's just when I saw them, I thought of you. Cause that one's got like this little like sort of like glitter to it, kind of like your bronzer or whatever it is, and then that one's like the color of your eyelashes, and then that one just like I don't know, it looks like a Daphne to me.
These are actually like real fit. Thank you.
Yeah.
You know, me crow brings me rocks once in a while, so it's like kind of reminds me of that, but it's like a
Cool.
little bit more thought out. So you just like little shiny rocks.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll bring your crow some rocks next time too.
Oh no, he gets his own. It's like a whole thing for him. It's like he would play. I think if you did it for him, he would feel threatened. Like you were moving in on his territory. So
Right. Okay.
we'll keep it between us. We won't tell him.
If he gets jealous, like let me know and I'll like.
Oh, he'll let you know if he's
Oh,
jealous.
Okay. All right. Okay.
But this is very sweet. I think it's very sweet, and I love that you did it. Thank you.
Butterfinger, bring me rocks. Where? Oh, sorry,
Do you
that's your
ever-
line.
Do you ever catch like mice or like cool things for you?
Oh, yeah. Sometimes like she leaves like a dead bird, but you know,
What kind of bird?
it's like I don't know, like little like sparrows or something, like the small ones, because she's
Okay, well,
not.
you tell her watch out for my Merle.
Okay.
I'll be really upset.
Yeah. Hey, Butterfinger, don't eat birds around Daphne's crow.
Someone coughs standing over your desk. And you see Annabelle Appleton, the teacher of mundane studies, who has no idea this is a magic school. And she says,
Right.
"It's so great you can all bring your emotional support animals to school like this. That's really cool. How are you all doing today? Happy, can we call it happy? Happy Veterans Day. Let's really reflect for a moment on the legacy of American imperialism."
Right on.
Okay, we're done.
I got more reflecting I can do on American imperialism.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's bad.
it is. It's so bad. So today, in class, we're going to be learning. This is very weird, but like, we're going to be learning how to operate a soda machine. I'm assuming you've all done that before. I don't know why I'd be teaching you that, right? You all know how to operate a soda machine, correct? Like to buy a Diet Coke or something?
Looking askance at Daphne.
Oh, I don't drink sodas. Too much sugar.
What if you had to buy one for, a friend or something?
I can't imagine a scenario that would happen.
Well, like I might want one. I could use a refresher.
Are you a knock?
No, I'm just saying like
I don't
I
actually know what narc is, but whatever the equivalent.
I maybe forgot
Wait,
how to
Rachel
use the
said?
soda machine. So yeah, if you could review that for me and probably not anybody else in class, that'd be cool.
Okay, great. Well, listen, this will be on the final, so it's very good for you to learn it today. Again, this is such a weird class. I signed up thinking I was going to be teaching a poetry seminar. This has been very strange. She walks off and says, "Thank you all, and thank you for helping me think harder about this country's legacy." And she walks off. Yeah, so
So Melody's like in like the eating area, but she's like off by herself,
Mhm.
like away from you, and she's doing the like, if there's like music, she's like looking. Are they looking? No. Are they? No.
I think you might occasionally catch a
Yeah.
glimpse, and then like
And then
she's
off
trying to
it.
act like it's not.
Look away.
You know, I think it's at this time that Dante is gonna come in from his morning ride because I like ride my broom and I get up early, ride my broom in the morning, ride
Yeah.
it to the ground. You sort of hear this swish, swish, swish as my broom touches down, and I walk in, and I'm cleaning mud off my like torso and my broom,
Mhm.
and I look around and I see that you're alone, Melody, and I start walking towards you. I go, "What is going on with the Sasquatches? They're so on edge. I don't know why. They're usually cool with me, like flying around by the sanctuary, but they've been throwing mud balls at me all morning.
Strange.
Like somebody's been trespassing over there or something. I don't know."
So wow, that's unexpected, and I don't know any reasons for that to be happening. Hi.
Hey, so I see we're gonna have mundane studies again today.
Yes, it's my first class in the morning.
Oh, all right. Oh boy. And I'm totally like that class is like, it's reviewing all stuff that I already know because I come from a non-magical family.
Yeah, it's like
and
this
so
is
I
life.
ace every single thing that happens.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
So you know how to use a soda machine, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
I can
perfect.
tutor people on that
Good.
after school
I
sessions.
think Daphne might need it.
Yeah. I actually have remedial mundanity on my class schedule.
Yeah.
The class that I picked for myself.
Yeah.
I have remedial mundanity and remedial technology as 2 different classes that I'm taking.
And you try to go after me whenever we go to because then you can like watch me do
Oh, I
everything. and then
don't
you're
tell
like,
anybody
Oh
I'm in
yeah,
it."
I totally
Yeah.
know how to do this
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only person I've told that I'm in it is Melody, and that was like in confidence.
Oh yeah.
As Dante, as you are talking to Melody, someone slams her tray down across from Melody, and it's Caitlin, and she's like, "I don't want to go to this family thing tonight. Do you? Have you been invited? Are you aware of this family thing?"
I don't think so.
Okay.
So she's just gonna like the camera catches her like panicked. I don't know what you're talking about face. No, I wasn't planning on going.
Yeah, I hate the feast of the. Why did I pick this incredibly complicated? I hate the feast of the Iron Jar. It's just like talking about all the many Inkwoods who have done amazing things across the millennia, and like all I want to do is hang out with my friends. By the way, do you know if Daphne Morgaine likes me or not? Because I was trying to get her to pay attention to me, and I think it backfired. But listen, I'll be fine, but kind of got a thing.
Oh yeah. Well, Daphne's really cool,
Hmm?
and maybe she doesn't like you.
Maybe she doesn't. That's pretty. There's not a lot of definitiveness there. I thought you two were close, even though you're not sitting together. You haven't been for a while. Something happened? You two have a falling out? You have a fight?
Yeah, just weird stuff. Stuff is weird, and yeah, we're kind of close. She has not. I know she wanted to go to the dance with you, but then,
Well, listen, I just don't want to go to this thing tonight. So if you all get called away on one of your super secret missions, everybody knows you go on. Just like give me a call. I want to go along. Okay? Thanks.
well, usually the things that we do that we are not doing, we're given very specific numbers and specific people. So if you don't get invited, it's because that the people in charge didn't invite you, not me.
She looks over at Dante, who's younger than her. and is
I
like,
shrink, like physically, visibly shrink under the
if you
gaze.
go on one of these secret missions, everybody knows you go on. Invite me because I don't want to go to this thing tonight. Okay?
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Your name's on it. Yeah. Inkwood.
Thank
Yep,
you.
Yep. Okay.
Like Melody just gives like, ugh. Like Melody doesn't have like evil looks, but it's very frustrated.
Sorry.
And someone then clears her throat and is like, and it is once again Professor Appleton. I gotta remember all this. Like it's so many characters at
So
this
many
point.
people.
It's Professor Annabelle Appleton. She's looking at the two of you and is like, between us, you don't need to come to class today. You're gonna be fine. It's just learning. It's just learning how to operate a soda machine. Like if you wanted to like come and get some extra credit, cool. Like you know how to operate a soda machine, right? What is going on here?
Is it the type of soda machine that takes the metal round things or the bitcoins?
This is what I like about you. You're very funny. You got some good material. It's just a regular soda machine, takes coins, dollar bills, yeah, that sort of thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You're gonna be fine though, I think. It's really, sometimes I wonder what I'm doing with my degree in English education, but
Oh, we all.
I was gonna have a
Can I
meta
let you
comment there.
take psychic damage? Because I just.
she's like, just, I did all this training. I learned so much about British literature and nothing ever came of it. But you know what? I gotta go get ready for class because I have to go set up a soda machine with that weirdly hairy janitor. You know what's up with him? Never mind. I'm going.
Before she goes, I'm gonna say, hey, Mrs. Appleton, just to let you know, even like the small things can mean a lot to some people.
I appreciate that. And I do know that I'm doing good work here. And she looks at the camera. But sometimes it's hard to understand my life path, but it's not about me. It's about the kids. And she smiles, and the more you know thing.
Uh,
Shooting
So
star.
you just put the paper in the thing, and then it gives you why don't you
Right.
just like cast a spell in a glass and have it fill the soda water? I
Well,
don't
because you
understand.
can't, like, this is for people who can't cast spells. So we have money, and you like take the paper money, and then you like put it in the little slot, and then it like spits out a soda for you. It's super easy. I'll show you.
All right.
Yeah.
Also,
Unless it has a debit card, then like that's a whole different thing.
the Coca-Cola Corporation does not allow replication of its soda and its formula magically. This is Wendell Parker. He's just been listening in and looks over
If only
at
make you go.
yeah.
It's way disappointing.
looks over at Dante and Melody and like kind of gestures you over. He's like, it's the next. Well, it's a minor feast day, but it is the next feast day, so it's time to get the second part of the contraption that will allow you to stabilize reality. Are you four in again?
Wait, what was the first part?
The unicorn tier. Oh, right. There's a unicorn tier. They can tell you more about it.
Oh, you guys saw unicorns?
We have
Yeah,
unicorn
right.
here?
Let's see how it gets here.
yeah.
Okay.
The Sasquatches never told me about that. At
You
least until
don't-
they started throwing mud.
You don't ask them about that. They're very touchy about it.
I'm gonna do like essentially like a prestidigitation and like clean the mud off
Oh.
of
Aw.
Dante.
If it catches me off guard, I'm like,
He had a bit on you, so I just got weird.
Oh. thanks.
Oh, I was gonna spend the whole day calling him teenage dirtbag.
Aww.
All right.
You can still listen to Iron Maiden.
I was going to just do like a really long tangent about Wheatus, but we're not doing that. That's not what we're here for.
Don't let us stop.
So yeah, as he's waved you all over, he's like, how many times have you done a heist, the four of you?
Wait, you mean like Ocean's 12?
Yes. Which is the best of the three Oceans movies. We're all agreed.
Wait, there's 3 of them? Oh,
Why
okay.
does it have a 12 in
I mean,
it?
there's 4. I've even seen it. I don't
I
even.
thought there was gonna be like 12 of them.
There's 4 plus there's also an old one.
Yeah.
So I mean, I like to watch movies. So.
Mm.
The best of the original trilogy. We all can agree that Ocean's 8 and the other Ocean's 11 exist. Can we move on?
Right, okay. But yeah, so like, you mean like
13's pretty good.
rob a bank? We're gonna rob a bank?
Does that thing we did in town a few weeks ago count?
Kind of. Not really.
All right, then once.
That was more sabotage, I think.
Yeah.
One and a half, well, half.
No, come on.
I
I'll play the 5th.
the only thing, the next thing that you're going to need is the opal of recurrence. It is a famed gem that can always see reality as it has been shifted. All universes are real, obviously, but it will allow you to see how things have been manipulated, how things are different. It is a consistent element across all universes. So if you take it in one universe, you are taking it in all of them. You will become hunted marked, everyone will try to track you down. But this is the next thing you need to make your trinket. So you will be having to steal that. Any questions? Yes, Tanager.
Shouldn't like grown-ups be doing this?
No. We've sent grown-ups. They've evaporated from the timeline.
So okay, so we're gonna be fine though.
Listen, you're sending an Inkwood, Morgaine, and 2 people they'll never see coming. That's how it works. Ancient
Right.
magic, new magic. You probably should bring someone else as a lookout. Is there anyone else that you trust that you could bring along, like just as a lookout?
Oh, what about Michelle? No, we can't trust her. She's weird.
When she just like disappears a lot, and like she'll be there,
Right.
and then she'll be gone again.
You know what? We're getting distracted. Think about this. You blast yourselves.
I'm like trying hard not to blurt it out, and I'm in conflict because you're looking at me.
I'm glaring.
But
Yeah.
okay, I'm sorry. What was her name again?
This is Mr.
That was
Parker.
Caitlin. No,
Caitlin.
Caitlin,
There we
yeah.
go. There we go. Caitlin's like eyes are still burning into like my mind's eye.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
Ooh, what about Billy Budrose? He's like kind of
Caitlin.
hot.
Billy Budrose.
Caitlin.
Caitlin Inkwood would be excellent. I think that's a wonderful choice. Another Inkwood will add to your magical power.
Yeah, like,
Oh,
I shrink from you, and I shrink. Yeah. I'm like that glare.
Caitlin's cool. She's like probably not gonna hang out with us. I mean, well, since Daphne's here, maybe she will.
Yeah, she pretty clearly has a huge crush on Daphne. Even I've noticed. I shouldn't have said that to any of you.
I
I'm a
shoot like a
teacher.
checking glance at Melody, but like I kind of like I'm standing up a little bit. I think ever since the phrase "you'll be hunted down" was said, Daphne is going inside herself a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So, are there other questions about?
Yeah, by saying everyone is going to hunt us down, like what do you mean by everyone?
Oh, the Hexbreakers. It's their stone.
Okay.
Oh, and we're all cool with this?
Yes.
Okay.
Something is destabilizing the timeline. We need to figure out what it is, and the Hexbreakers' efforts to fix it, so far as I can tell, are even worse. Do any of you remember Professor Travell? You can roll to see if you do. You'll have to beat a 20 on brains.
I'm gonna try just for fun.
Nope.
On
not even close.
brains? Oh, that's my D12. I might.
Nope.
I
Do we
got
get an
a
adversity
10.
token?
What's that?
Do we get adversity token?
You get adversity for that. So none of you remember.
Yeah, I feel
She's my
horribly,
favorite
and
teacher,
so
and
I
can't
actually
remember her.
it like actually like induces a headache. I'm like all of a sudden trying to think, and it just kind of breaks reality in my mind. I'm like,
You actually, the memories that are buried deep inside of your brain of Professor Travell are overwritten with Professor Joe. You did so badly.
ooh, okay,
Oh.
wow,
Yeah.
ooh.
So that might be a thing that happens later. That might be important to deal with. Yeah, he sort of looks around and he's like, see, reality is destabilized. It's crumbling for whatever reason. You four and Michelle seem to be ones that it's all focused on. And yet Michelle is undependable, let's say. She's had some problems of late. Wonderful girl. I don't know if she exists right now. Michelle? No.
Michelle.
She doesn't seem to exist. So, yeah, that's you're going to be taking it from the Hexbreakers because we need to figure out what's going on, and this opal will be at the center. Again, it's just the second ingredient. I think if it's you four, they won't necessarily understand that it happened, and that might buy us some time. So, do you have further questions about this stone?
What does it look like?
Oh, it's a beautiful opal. It has what seems to be 2 lovers entwined at its center. It's just a flaw in the stone, but it's beautiful. It's long been said to...
Oh, that's TMI, Professor Bro.
Listen, it's just what people say it looks like. It's like if you saw a cloud and said, oh, look, a pony. It's like that. except it's two lovers entwined.
What? You said we had to take it from the Hexbreakers. Do you know like whereabouts it is so we could actually like find it in order to do a heist?
Yes, I do know where it is. It's in secret chamber beneath the British School.
Oh. Oh, cool. Okay. All right. So we're gonna need a map and like some blueprints, and we're probably gonna need like a disguise. Like what else do they do in heist? Oh, we need some explosives. Do you know where we can get some explosives, Professor?
I'm sure you can find some somewhere here.
Because you always need explosives in a heist.
Yes, you also need like a contortionist and someone
we
who
need
can
to put a team
react
together?
face.
We need a
Oh,
man,
wait, we're the
we need a
team,
man
right?
who like fast talks and like talks about wearing lotion to bed and stuff like that.
Right. Yeah. Well, that's me.
Oh, all right.
Because I'm charming and everybody likes me. I'm just kidding. Like, nobody really likes me. That's you. You're the one who has to do that face talking stuff.
I
I
Dante's
thought,
our
I thought I was
hacker.
like the explosives because I'm like very good.
Yeah, and you're probably gonna blend in best.
No,
As
no.
soon as any of us open our mouths, we're just gonna stick out like sore thumbs.
Well,
Yeah, about that. I don't think.
I
that
can
necessarily-
talk like a British person, so I'm sure.
Look, Americans trying to do British accents and not doing it very well is like so offensive. But it's okay because we're talking about
Hi,
imperialism today,
Governor.
and so, what's all this thing? We're talking about imperialism, so it does feel like the British, had a bit coming to us, so
Right,
it's all right.
They owe me.
I do want to say, I don't really think that me blending in at the British school is as good of a plan as you might think it is. So I might need a disguise or like 3 or 4 and like some contingency disguises. Or I could just not go. It's maybe
No.
like how like in the place there's like a person in the van who's like, oh, there's someone on your 6. Like I could just be like that person.
No, actually, wait. That's pretty brilliant. We could all pretend to be like foreign exchange students, like American students, and you can put on an accent and sound like a British actor in a Marvel movie.
Well, let me try doing an American accent. Let me see if I can do it.
I'm excited to see how this goes.
This is very good.
Oh God, that's terrible. No, no, no.
No, I am.
No,
I
you're-
am. I am an American, and I'm gonna do American stuff.
Okay. Oh my God. Yeah. Okay. So we're all hillbillies. Yeah. That's so offensive.
I don't know what you think I'm doing. I am just doing
It's
American.
so
stuff.
offensive.
Professor Parker looks among the 4 of you and says, "I cannot believe the fate of the mini universes rests on your shoulders."
Oi, hey, I believe you've been told what my history is with the British school, and so I would like a little bit more sympathy from you before you just send me right back in there.
I thought you left under good terms.
Sure.
That's what
I'm sure
everyone said.
Yeah, I'm sure the teachers didn't say anything about it to the other teachers.
Daphne, if you just don't want to spend time with us, that's fine. You can just say that and then you don't have to come.
I didn't say that.
Well, why else would you not want to go?
It's not all about you right now, all right?
Can I tell that something's I just well. No,
Oh, you can, I don't
feel
think
like-
it's at all
yeah.
subtle that something's
Yeah,
wrong.
I
with
feel like
Daphne right now.
Tanager picks up on it. Like
That's
this
up to
is-
you if you're picking up what I'm
Yeah.
dropping, but I'm dropping a lot of it.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, it's okay. She doesn't want to go back. She doesn't want to go back. So she can be in the van or the broom, the Quinjet. Can we get a Quinjet?
I could find a way to change my appearance or something. That'll be fine. I just don't want to go back in there and have them
We
see me.
could do disguise potions. That's always working. Disguise potions. It'd be so cool. I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna be like a 6'4" dude. That would be fun. Like, and like redhead. Ooh, can I be a redhead? Can I be a redhead, Professor?
Yes, I'm 6'6". It is fun.
Oh, cool. Yeah. That's why I'm always like, my neck is hurting whenever we're in Dam. Sorry, Defense Against Malicious Magic.
I understand that you call it damn. Daphne, you don't have to go if you don't want to. I trust you. I believe in you and these 3, but it's clear you have some unfinished business back at that school, and considering how many ghosts are about tonight, unfinished business might be a bad idea. But tonight is the night when it's easiest to access the chamber because the chamber is guarded by the dead. So
We were gonna go up against dead people.
I don't know how much of this is true, is what I've heard. It's what's in our literature, but I assumed Daphne would know more, having been an alumna in good standing of that institution.
Yeah, there's a lot. Fine, I can't let you go without me because I'm the most powerful magic user here, and I know you need me, and I want to help. I need to find a way to disguise myself or something because I don't want to walk in there and have them see me. Trust me, if I do, it'll be a way harder heist than if I'm not there. So.
All right.
Okay.
I need to go teach class. I trust all of you. If you need anything else, you can text me. You know how to text, right? They've taught you that in Miss Appleton's class. Text messaging.
Yes.
Good. Perfect. Wonderful. Here's my number. Yeah. So he strides off handsomely. All 6'6" of him. And goes off to teach his class, leaving the four of you alone to discuss.
Okay, so disguises.
That's fairly simple. I feel like we can do that without
Right.
much problem.
Are there like potions to turn you into another person?
Yeah, there's potions to turn you into just about everything.
Cool. Can you make them?
That might not be such a great idea.
I'm in potions class, so like, and I know how to transmogrify stuff, so
Okay.
I'll try it.
Awesome. Okay, so we're gonna need a spell for the potions, or a recipe. You call it a recipe or a spell? We need it. Okay, we need a recipe for the potions.
I think there's one thing Daphne has definitely had some experience with. It's trying to make potions to change her physical appearance. That is definitely something that I think she is. Nothing is permanent, and I think she gets frustrated with it. But I think she's able to do like rudimentary, like I think almost like magical cosmetics essentially.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think she can probably whip up a few potions. I can roll to see how well these ones work in particular, but I do think this is something she has skill in.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right, so I think that would be. I imagine it would be brains for this one because like how much she knows the recipe for it.
Yeah, and you have classes, so they're like having classes, and your wand can add little bonuses to stuff. So, but so what exactly are you trying to do? You're trying to make 4 potions that will alter the forms of the 4 of you.
I don't know if we all need it.
Okay.
Like Daphne does.
Okay.
Yeah, I
And-
don't feel like.
Yeah,
every
Tanager
minute.
seems interested in doing that, but I think
Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't.
Yeah, Daphne needs it more for her own personal safety than she does like for disguising.
Got it.
Yeah.
Because like no one at the school probably is gonna recognize the other 3, and I'll make one for Tanager for like because they seem like into it and it's like
Oh,
fun,
yeah.
and I think that like she does like doing like essentially magical makeovers, so I
Yeah.
think that like she would be happy to do it for you.
Yeah.
I unfortunately don't have I have charm as something that I have like skill in, but as far as like if I'm doing a brains roll, I don't have that. Like my brain is D10. My wand, and also because of the last couple sessions, I now have a +1 for trained in for charms.
Okay.
I'm not there for transmogrification yet. I mean, I'm one more away from that. But
Okay. Cool. Great. Well, I'm going to tell you how much this is going to cost you. It's breaks the rules of reality, but it's only on a person or smaller, so that's 10. How long do you want this to last? 1 day? 1 hour?
probably, I think for the fun of gameplay and like a ticking clock, I'm gonna say an hour.
Okay.
I'm gonna say like they're gonna take it when we get to the school, and then that way we have that fun tense
Yeah.
one hour ticking clock as
Quick
opposed
in, quick
to
out.
like a long day. So I think 1 hour is probably.
Okay. 12. So how many times have you cast this spell many times before or a few times?
I think many times. I think
Okay.
this is something Daphne is pretty well versed. If there's something Daphne knows how to make a potion of, it's this. It's
Okay.
like me with like making smoky eyes. Like there's one move that I can do with smoky eyes.
You'll have to teach me how to do that. But you have to beat a 12 then.
Okay.
And yeah, you get a bonus for your
What
class
die are you
as well.
rolling?
So I think I'm gonna roll my charm dice because I'm creating a charm, so almost like a glamour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
Like-
makes sense.
I'm thinking,
D12.
yeah.
Can I help?
Oh, plus my d4.
Let's see how.
Okay.
Let's
sure,
see
yeah.
how she does.
I am pretty
Yeah.
skilled in this, so hopefully this will help. We'll see. I shouldn't have said that before I rolled. Okay. Nope. I rolled a
Oh,
1 and a
God.
1. So
no.
I rolled a 4 total.
Oh.
Yep.
Yeah.
That
So
does not work at all. In fact, I think I might have just done something to get tired of myself. I'm happy to take some bad consequences.
oh boy.
I think she's stressed out. I think I'm stressed and I'm
Yeah.
panicking and
Yeah.
I'm not paying attention to
Yeah.
what I'm doing.
That makes perfect sense, honestly. Like I know it's a dice fail, but sometimes the dice know what's supposed to
No,
happen.
the dice fail is
Yeah.
perfect.
Right?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think that makes perfect sense for how Daphne's trying so hard and not succeeding at playing it cool right now.
Mhm.
Which is why I grabbed that diversity token. But I think that her magic is just like, I think she's telling the truth because she's probably as far as like pure raw magical power, she probably is the most powerful here. But as far as like being able to refine it and control it, she's really bad at that. So I think right now, especially, she's really chaotic.
Mhm.
Okay, I'm gonna let you decide this. Normally, I would tell you what happens when a spell fails that terribly. What about you changes and gets stuck temporarily, but for the rest of this day, in a way that deeply affects you, like makes you feel terrible?
I think it undoes any. This is like, I apologize to anyone at home who this triggers, but this is what I think based on that roll and what's happening. I think Daphne, any feminization that has happened to her since she started transitioning is undone right now, and she's basically presenting as how she would look if she were a cis boy who never transitioned.
What do Melody? I want to know what you make of that.
I think the first thing Melody feels is like bad, like sympathy, empathy, because she knows how upset that Daphne's gonna feel from that. And I think she still I think she feels bad at like assuming that Daphne didn't want to go on the trip because of her, and she was thinking that Daphne was avoiding her. So I think she just like doesn't know what to say, and but I think she's gonna like quietly go up and just kind of take Daphne's hand and just like hold Daphne's hand.
Tanager, this spell also backfired on you, not as gravely, but tell me a thing that happened to you that you're like, it's not like it hasn't caused you distress, but you're like, I'm not happy about this.
Yeah. Trying to think of what I would dislike. I. You know what? I think. Well, oddly, if you're okay with this, I think it actually like works and turns her more masculine and like white with like instead of red hair, it's like pale towhead blonde hair. Like basically turns her into
Okay.
Draco. What's his name?
Draco
And
Malfoy,
I was saying it. to
Tom
not say
Felton.
it. Tom Felton, yes. But
If you
not,
get blonde hair.
right, yes, and they realize instantly, like, oh, I do not want this. This is something that I thought would be fun, and it's like, no, I don't want it. Oh, yeah. So like, and so I think they're really relieved, like, oh, this is gonna be over soon. This is gonna last forever. So.
Do you have a terrible British accent now?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Oh no.
I like what happened with Daphne because it means that she now looks exactly like the person that everyone at school recognized and see and think
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Mhm.
And I believe if you do remember, I think people at the school would refer to her by the other name if they saw her like this right now. So.
Yeah. So, yeah. I'm going to let you decide how to play that because I'm
giving you permission, consenting
Yeah.
to it.
okay. Well, I also need to look it up. So, yeah. So, general trigger warning for dead naming going forward. Everybody hanging out here on the chat.
And just know, like, we do have safety tools in place here. We all have X cards and stuff that we can touch. They're not on camera, but
Yeah.
so everyone here is moving
Yeah.
forward with safety tools and mindfulness. And if at any point anybody feels uncomfortable, we will be stopping.
Yes.
When building my character, I did think of a dead name for her, and because of what the nature of the show is and what what we're trying to do with it, I'm more comfortable doing this than I would have been, first of all, with a different GM, and also in a different setting, a different storyline. So I'm consenting to this. I'm putting it on myself more than anything else, because I think this is what makes the better story right now.
Yeah. So yes, but if you are in a position where you don't want to listen to this or, whatever, you can feel free to absolutely to go and we no judgment on this part. The next episode will be a Christmas episode, so enjoy that one. A Yule episode.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Just say,
Yule.
imperialism.
When it's 105 in Southern California.
California Christmas.
Yeah. So Dante, you just saw this happen. Tell me how you're feeling about all of it.
I see that the two of you are like obviously upset about it, and I say, this isn't gonna last. Just remember that you're who you are, and you're gonna go back to that.
Look, we have a job to do, so let's just do it.
Yeah.
Um,
And she's still holding Melody's hand, and it's like there's like a definite shakiness to it.
Okay.
Daphne, you know that this will last only 24 hours, so it'll wear off tomorrow. But
It's lasting longer than the original.
yeah,
Okay.
the original intent
Because
was
I did
1
say
hour.
that. I made it too
Yeah.
strong. Gotcha.
Yeah. So what is going to be your plan to get this? Actually, I do want to ask Daphne this because you are a British school alum.
Mhm.
What do you know about like the secret chambers beneath the school?
Ooh.
I'm trying to think of how to describe things without using reference points to something else. I think it's more like in the Magicians, where in the Magicians, like a lot of times, like sort of like in the Magicians, like how the clock leads to Fillory, and there are like ways to get, like, I think that there are charms designed to make mundane entrances to things that are special. So like I think that like the entrance to the underground vaults are not like some cool chamber where like trolls come out of whatever. It's like it looks like the most mundane thing you could see, and it's like got like almost like a perception filter on it, so that people just walk by and not notice it. Even students usually, unless they're actively trying to find it.
Yeah. Thank you for telling me about the secret of chambers. So this is my question. This is my question for you, because I just thought of this while you were talking. Can you access that mundane thing anywhere? Is it a thing that is like you can find it almost any place, or is it a thing that's very specifically on the grounds of the British school?
Like it is.
I think it's a soda machine that is on the campus of the British school.
Okay. How known is that?
I don't think it's very well known amongst the students. I think that Daphne might know it because of her family and like maybe like older cousins telling her something, or like her mother's or somebody like I think like one of those things where.
Can I add a detail?
Yes, please do.
Okay, maybe you'd like seen it and you. Sorry, I was muted because I was getting a drink. Maybe you'd seen it and you're like, oh, that's a weird looking thing. And now, because of your mundane classes, you're like, I know exactly what that thing is. And like, you can like, I don't know, just to tie in there.
I thought it was like conceptual awe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a relic left over from the building with something else.
Yeah.
It's commentary on how much Americans love their Coca-Cola. So the other three of you, you have heard rumors about the security at the British school, how they keep their secrets so locked down. I will tell you in advance, 2 of these are going to turn out to be true and 1 will not, and I'm going to decide which is which. So, Melody, what have you heard about security at the British school?
I've heard that they actually have spells on all the students so that they can like track them in real time if they need to find them.
Okay.
So each student gets like a little pin or talisman or tattoo. The rumors vary, but so at any time the staff can find any student anywhere.
Okay. All right. Tanager, what have you heard about security there?
I have heard that that they actually.
Sorry, I just realized I just bought like one of those little Apple tag bracelets for my daughter. I wonder if that's influencing. Sorry, she's 2, by the way. Just
Art
it's-
imitating life.
Yeah,
Right,
sorry.
yeah.
Anyway, continue. Sorry.
I have heard that they use ghosts to patrol the grounds of the school, and these ghosts are mean and terrible, and like very mean spirited ghosts. They're like the worst hall monitors.
Ghost Patrol would be such a good band name.
Mhm.
Right?
That is like a Halloween themed Snow Patrol cover band.
Ghost Patrol.
Dante, what have you heard
Very
about?
disturbing
We only
sequel to
play
Paw
Ghost
Patrol.
Patrol. We only play Snow Patrol and Oingo Boingo.
That's awesome.
We're here all night.
I would so watch that.
I would too,
Totally
actually.
watch that band. I say, I turn to Daphne and say, "Hey, Daphne, I heard that they enchant the rocks in the actual school so that each one is alive.
No.
And they'll actually watch you and like talk to you, and they'll come off the walls. They'll peel themselves off the walls and track you down if they need to."
Not all the rocks, just like a few of the rocks. And
I bet the ones at the bottom are just screaming.
I don't feel comfortable with that. I got a
no, they're not. It's not like that.
I mean, like holding it, isn't it like a castle? And they're like holding up this giant, like that's gotta hurt. Like
it's more like gargoyles and things like that are like designed to be sentry. It's not like
that old
actual-
cartoon.
I don't know what that means, but yeah.
Oh my gosh, you guys. Talking rocks? What? This is crazy. Hey, it's Michelle, your friend. You seem to forget me all the time, but here I am. Hello.
No, we totally remember you. We just didn't know you were coming.
Yeah, we've been
Daphne,
talking
I
about
love
you.
your new look. You look so nice. You are trying some things and I like it. I promise. And like you can tell she's like sincere, like she's being very Wisconsin-y and like trying to make
Yeah.
you feel better.
Daphne is trying not to burst into tears. Like, she's very much like,
So what are we doing this week?
you feel her squeeze your hand tighter. Yeah.
We're doing a heist. We need you to get Caitlin for us.
Caitlin.
Yes.
Is Caitlin
What?
part of the heist? Oh,
Yeah.
are we gonna get like 11 people? That sounds good. Do we know 11 people? 1, 2,
No.
3, 4, 5.
We're-
Caitlin is 6.
You know, we did know 11 people, and then like 7 of them just went away again, so we're just not gonna worry about them.
Yeah.
What do you mean people go disappears?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do we have
So-
to bring Caitlin? I mean, just saying.
Well, I don't know. Professor was like pretty clear.
I also want to be clear, you don't have to bring anyone, and you can bring as many NPCs as you want. If you want to do an Ocean's 11 heist, I'm absolutely fine with you
Any
convincing.
Izzard come.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm absolutely fine with you convincing Scroggles to show up
Autumn
and
and
like
spring,
break open
Yeah.
doors.
Right.
unicorn light.
Yeah. No, I'm there's a difference between in character reluctance and out of character reluctance. And in out of character, I think it's fantastic for both of us if Caitlin's there. In
Yes.
character, it's horrific for both of us if Caitlin is there.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's fine. I don't care.
Yeah, I mostly want to let you know you don't have to limit yourself to only one
Yeah.
person. If you want to do an incredible Ocean's 11, this is our Blades in the Dark episode.
So I'll actually go get Caitlin. Now that I look totally different.
Okay.
And I will approach Caitlin and I'll just like lean up against her locker next to her like, sup?
Who are you?
My name is Nigel Flufferton.
Okay.
I go to this school.
Okay. Are you just trying to get in good with my family? Because I'm so over them right now.
No, bruvna. Oh, yeah, I can't stop talking like this. It's me, Tanager.
Okay, sure. Why not? Great. Perfect.
Extra scores, ain't it cool?
Oh my God.
What did you just say?
I said it's a disguise, ain't it cool?
Yes, it is extremely. Listen, are you in a disguise because you're like doing something cool?
Yeah, mate.
The accent is just all over the place, but
I
I
know.
get
Pick
it.
an
I
accent
get
and
it.
stick with it.
But I get it. Listen, whatever you're doing, can I come along?
Yeah,
Okay. Are we just like going into town? Are we
that's
gonna go talk
I
to that
am
podcast?
her.
Okay. Okay.
With
gonna-
my British accent.
Yeah. Perfect. I can do a British accent too, see?
But that's way better than mine.
Like a bit of like Scandinavian
Like
coming into it.
Norwegian.
I'm like really loving.
It's actually it's really hard for me not to slip into a specific one. I try really hard to not do an actual accent.
It is.
It might be better to let yourself slip into one,
Yeah.
one and two
According-
them.
It's gonna get a
According to
little.
whom? Okay, I'm loving it.
Yeah.
This is McDonald's. I'm loving it.
It'll settle.
Yeah.
We'll say it settles after an hour or so.
I was gonna say the podcast doesn't have subtitles, so it might be helpful for our listening audience.
Fair point.
It's a side effect of the fudge potion, right?
Right?
It's
Yeah.
kind of like
I feel bad for the auto captioning right now. Whoever has to go over the auto caption.
Oh my God.
that's gonna be a fascinating one.
I gotta look that up and find that. So I did an entire game on Happy Jacks with the weirdest ass made up accent that we did the D&D Dragon Heist. So yeah, it's a fun hobby.
So yeah,
Fun for me anyway.
yeah, she looks. So we just
all
going.
that
Are we going into town? Or are we gonna go talk to that podcast guy again? I heard you guys messed around with him. He hasn't been around here very often.
Oh no, we're going to England, and we're going to sneak into the school. That we're going to sneak into the British school. That's it. The British school. We're going to sneak into the British school.
First of all, you sound like that guy from Twin Peaks. It's great. I love it. The one that's in like the room with the curtains and the like zigzaggy floors. I love it. Favorite TV show.
The real Formica table tube.
Yeah.
You
Sorry.
weren't supposed to be here today.
Sorry, that is among everything. I've forgotten almost everything about Twin Peaks except the real Formica tabletop. That is that is the line that has stuck with me for decades, having only watched the show that once.
And so she's okay. So
Yeah.
you're going to England tonight.
Right.
How?
We're gonna do a magic spell.
Okay. And she like follows you wherever you're going.
Nah.
Yeah. Are you all doing different things, or are you going to make like a plan and then figure out what you're doing from there?
I think we're planning.
Okay.
Yeah.
yeah.
So you're bringing Caitlin back to the rest of the group.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are you two still holding hands?
Mm.
I feel like we have that exact moment of like we're still holding hands when Caitlin walks up, and then we do the like awkward pull her hand away thing.
I think that Daphne doesn't quite do it as fast because I think she's lost that train of thought again, but notices it happens and kind of has like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like kind of like. I think normally she would have been exactly as awkward as you, but I
Yeah.
think she's so distracted that it didn't happen that way.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Daphne or Caitlin is like looks at the group of you and is like, why are only two of you in disguise?
Because somebody needs to be in the van.
What?
Are we getting a?
People at the school might know me by my face, so I decided to change it. Didn't quite work out, but then Tanager wanted to play along as well, and so I let her try some of my stuff
I
And then
just thought
they-
it would be fun,
Yeah.
you know, like Daphne, like be sort of like Daphne for a day. Hey, I did it.
And I'm not anybody, so no one would recognize me anyway.
I mean, you are an Inkwood. That's like pretty impressive.
Yeah, but I'm not. I don't have the E.
These are immaterial. It's fine. Clearly have gotten the Morgaine interested in you, says under her breath.
I cower again. I'm sorry. I shrink. Hey, I told him to bring you along.
Yeah. So, you didn't want to disguise?
They don't know me there either.
Okay, so what are we doing? Why are we going to England?
They have a thing that we have to take.
Okay.
It's an opal.
Okay.
And
Cool.
it's there, so we have to go there to get it.
Right. All right. In my head now, Caitlin is played by Aubrey Plaza.
She was, depending what universe we're in, she played by a different.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Okay, so we have to get to England, and we have to get into a secret chamber
Right.
Yes.
to get. And like this rock is just not guarded by anything. Do we know if it's guarded by something?
Oh, it probably definitely is, but I've never really been down that far because they don't tend to let students just roam around there. So
Right.
you gotta be
Ghosts.
prepared for it. There's ghosts, maybe gargoyles,
Talking rocks.
Talking rocks. Yeah,
gargoyles.
was. And everyone knows where you are all the time.
Well, only students, so they might know where I am if I'm still connected, but they won't know where you are. Hopefully,
Oh, because we don't have trekking chips.
why?
But
I don't think it's a chip because you'd eat those and they'd be gone. I think it's like a pin or a tattoo. I heard. Is it a tattoo or a pin?
well, they call French fries chips over there, so maybe it's like a talking French fry.
Everyone just walks around
Is it-
eating French fries all the time.
Would I remember getting a tattoo or something when I started there? Like, did they mark me in some way?
Maybe I can transfer.
Or like this is a magical thing that's like a.
Wait, I like this
If
one.
they did, you wouldn't remember.
Okay, good to know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
They yeah, they're very secure and they're very locked down. Like, it's just like a magic school. What's so bad about it?
Good thing.
Well, they're British.
True.
Well,
Yeah.
hang on.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean it like that. But they're
I mean,
like
you're right, but I'm
the
standing wrong
bad
here.
guys in everything.
Yeah, it's true.
You know who we should talk to about this? Professor Joe. Like, she used to work there. Like, she could probably help us figure some stuff out.
I don't know if that's a good idea because she may also not want us to be breaking the rules there. I don't know.
Isn't this like an official school like assignment though?
You know how we're supposed to be on secret assignments?
Yeah.
Well, it's a secret. So, besides, Daphne's been there. Daphne knows everything we need to know.
Okay. All right. Sure. Then I won't tell her about it.
No. In fact, we should go now.
Okay.
How are you going to get to England?
So, Melody,
Yes.
you know how to transport us all to England?
I could try.
Well,
Or can we just walk through the soda machine?
well, it's in England. We have to go to the one there.
Oh, we can't
didn't
walk
mean,
through
like-
the one here and come out there?
I don't think it's like a light. I don't think it's like a world tree. I think it's just like a special
Oh.
It might be.
Oh.
I mean, it's technology. I might be able to connect them somehow. No.
Listen. I am going to make you roll for this, but I love the idea of all soda machines in the world being in like a
Yeah.
magical network.
Sort of.
I love it.
As long as you know how to operate a soda machine.
Right.
I think especially because I think of all the people in the world who would not know that, it's gonna be Daphne, who's never used one before in her life. So
Right,
like
yeah.
very complicated thing, and so she's so cocky about it. Like it's not a world tree. It actually is very much.
Right, yeah.
So let's see.
The
I'm going
world
to have
soda
you.
tree.
I'm actually just going to have you do a straight brains check
Can
against.
I roll flight since it has to do with travel?
Sure. Roll that against
I don't know if that does that count. I don't know. I need to look at the things again.
Yeah, roll it against a 10.
Okay.
actually, what's your flight?
The 20.
You can just know this
Okay.
by being like, I've heard this before because half of that.
Mm-hmm.
So like you've heard this somewhere
Mhm.
that there's like this network of soda machines, but you can't just you have to like know how to access it. I think yes,
Can I do a thing?
sure.
Can I have accidentally made the network of soda machines while I was practicing for our mundane studies class with Dante?
Sure.
I love it.
And you were like showing me how to do stuff, and I was
Uh-huh.
getting frustrated with the money, and like I kept like trying to flatten the bills and put it in, and it just kept kicking it out again. So I finally got mad and like tried to pay with like Bitcoin on my phone, and like did a weird spell and like made a blockchain of all the connected. I don't know, something weird. I don't actually know if that's how blockchain works, but
It is blockchain, and then blockchain creates a transportation system which you can use to travel anywhere in the world using a soda machine. That is exactly how blockchain works.
Yeah, perfect.
You've all learned something today.
So what you're saying is we're gonna have non-fungible transportation.
Yes, non-fungible transportation.
Nice. Well done.
Yeah, cheers
Where
to
did
that.
where did the two of you travel accidentally when you created this to help you learn how to?
you have to pick this.
I'm going to say we ended up traveling. We ended up traveling to Tokyo, where there are soda machines everywhere. Oh my god! And we had to not only that, but we figured out that we actually had to convert currency according to actual currency conversion rates to be able to go to the correct place that we wanted to go to. So we had to figure out the yen to dollar, or the yen to dollar conversion.
Oh
It's
my
already so hard to figure out the subway system in a city you're not used to. Can you imagine trying to figure out the unmapped soda machine?
Yeah,
systems?
yeah,
Oh my
Yeah.
Jumping out of soft serve machines.
yeah, exactly. So there was a lot of trial and error in appearing like, a couple of blocks down
Yeah.
in Tokyo, in like a random area in Tokyo.
Okay. Nice.
God, I love this. Makes me so happy.
Okay,
So
so you know there is a secret network of soda machines that you can use to travel anywhere. There's another soda machine. Great. So
So
how,
I'm doing the dollar to like
As long as you have
euro
exact
pound
change.
conversion. Yeah, exactly. Right
Yeah,
now in my
right.
head. It's like, hey, Daphne, where's the soda machine inside the British school?
Well, it's like in the professor's lounge. There's also one in the lunchroom.
Oh, there's more than one. Okay, all right.
Yeah,
So,
people get
Professor's
thirsty.
lounge was more crowded. Professor's lounge or the lunchroom.
what part of the UK is the British school in?
I think it's somewhat like rural. Like it's not in London proper, but it's not all the way distant out either. I think it's probably like almost like a suburb kind of vibe. Like
Okay.
I'm trying to think of like where like a fancy British like prep school would be, like where like Eton or something would be.
Yeah.
It's like that.
Okay, cool.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna say where's Eton in the UK? It's the name.
I think it's
That sounds right.
southwest of London, I think.
Mhm.
We'll see if I'm correct in that.
Okay, so Dante, she's like looking on her phone. Okay, so the dollar right now is worth 0.82 pounds.
Okay, all right.
So
Let's just say it's in Oxford. Why wouldn't it be in Oxford? That's where
Yeah.
Oxford.
Oh, yeah,
yeah,
there
makes
you
more
go.
sense.
It's
Yeah.
perfect. Yeah. So how do you get to the soda machine you want to get to in this system? Like, especially when you are going to a place where there are multiple ones, or you just kind of being like, I want to go to Oxford, and then it spits you out at one in town.
I think that's
Okay.
fun.
Mhm.
Okay, cool,
Mhm.
cool, great. Okay, so
Like if we've been to a specific vending machine, we can maybe go back to that one. It's a
Yeah.
little
You
easier.
can like visualize it.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
that
yeah.
one that was out of Mountain Dew and had the aluminum water bottles. But but if we've never been to any in that place, it's literally just like just luck.
got a couple things I want to do here, but first, Tanager, Daphne, do you know about this method of travel?
I don't think I do. Unless you guys told me about it.
I didn't know what a soda machine was until this morning.
Right.
Like now that I know what it is, I recognize having seen one
Right.
at the school, but I never knew what it was. I thought it was just like an old piece of machinery, like when
Yeah.
you see like an overhead like stuck in a corner somewhere at a school. It's like that. So I think that definitely don't know that it has magical technology for traveling for sure until they tell me.
I think when Professor Appleton mentions it, we kind of shoot each other a look, like, "Oh yeah, soda machines."
It's fine.
Professor Appleton,
Like earlier.
Professor Appleton bought herself a Mountain Dew one night and ended up in Indianapolis. He's like, whoa.
It kind of explains why the school's curriculum is teaching someone how to use a soda machine. 'Cause it's kind of like their way of
Right,
being
yeah.
like, there's a magical thing here. Just pay attention
Right,
to
right,
it.
right.
Yeah.
We can lead a horse to water. Come on.
But yeah, you say all of this, and Caitlin's like, "You made that?
Did, and I totally meant to. It was on purpose.
It's really impressive. Like, you are truly an Inkwood."
Caitlin's,
Or no.
Melody's like crazy smart.
Real. Wow. Thank you.
Elf's
Wow.
the best.
I feel like that's like the first time Caitlin's ever like praised her.
Mhm.
So that she's like, "Is it a trap?
Mhm.
Is something bad gonna happen?" Thank you.
And she gives you like a pat on the shoulder.
Okay.
Like genuine.
Thank you, Caitlin. Thank you. Yes.
Okay, so we go through the soda machine network. We end up in the British school, and then we sneak our way down to the secrets rooms underneath.
I want to say that we've now established that you can travel to a specific soda machine if you've seen it before. And Daphne has seen these before, but I'm going to make you come up with a reason you would specifically remember one to take everyone to.
And then you have to be the one that uses the soda machine, which you don't know how to do.
I'm going to make
Right.
you roll to use a soda machine.
I am so excited about this moment.
I think it's the machine that she leaned up against and was crying when she found out that she could no longer continue to go to school here.
Oh.
So she has a very vivid memory of the machine. She didn't know what it was at the time. It was kind of like the fact that people didn't pay attention to it is why she felt like she could like hide there and not be noticed for a while.
Mhm.
And I think that, yeah, I think like we have a flash of a younger Daphne, like 2 years younger, kind of like hiding behind it and like crying, and then come back and she goes, "Yeah, I got one in mind that we could find."
What was the name of your house?
Oh gosh, I wish I thought of something for that. I think we call it Avalon's Echo.
Hmm.
Nice.
That's cool.
That's
Mhm.
very cool.
So
I did think of that at one point and forgot about it. It popped in my head again. I wish I could say that was off the cuff, but that was something that I thought of last week and forgot about.
Totally.
I'm
stealing
gonna
that from a
have you
spaceship
roll.
name. Next sci-fi show I do.
I'm gonna have you roll an 8 on brains.
Okay.
You have to beat an 8, and you're rolling brains to operate a soda machine.
Can Don? Oh, sorry. I should-
Folks can help, yes.
Okay,
Fine.
remember what we talked about, okay? You have to like get the paper flat, really flat, and then you just slowly stick it in.
Wait, is this a magical roll or is this just me just mundanely trying to operate a soda
You're
machine?
just mundanely
Okay.
trying to operate a soda
I thought it was
machine.
me trying to operate the magical part of it. All right. Let me put this dice back down then. Sorry, friend. Okay. I rolled a 6.
All right.
Can I toss in an
Yeah,
adversity
toss an
token?
adversity
I'm gonna
token.
toss one in, and I'm gonna show you the arcade rat thing where you
7.
rub the bill like around
Okay.
a corner.
Well, right. We don't. We usually use these gold coins. This makes.
Do
more
you have
sense.
you're in remedial mundanity, which I think will give you an extra point.
Okay, so we're
So-
at 8.
Yeah, you're at
Yeah.
8.
I'm gonna assume
Yeah.
Daphne knows something
you
about mortal
Yeah.
money because their family's rich. They would have
Yeah,
had like
yeah,
some
yeah.
mortal money on hand for when
Yeah.
they use mortal things. I'm not
Did
gonna
my
make her
guidance
that.
help?
Sure.
So okay.
Yeah. So yeah, you don't. Yeah.
So I spend an adversity token, and then and that gives her
I-
plus 1.
Okay,
Okay.
So yeah, you get a +1.
so we're at 9 right now.
Yeah, you're great.
So I can spend my
Yeah.
adversity token to make it. Okay, so now it's 10.
On a roll like this, you don't need to beat it. You just need to hit it. So like
Okay. We were at 9, so now we're at 10.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah.
So I think the way it almost didn't work and then it did work is I think that she just kept putting in the code for the soda and not and then when Dante started putting the money next to her on the side, she was like, "Oh right," and then she took the money and put it in, and then it was like a 25-cent short, so then she had to fish out a quarter. and put
Right.
it in.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
It took her several seconds to figure out the difference between the quarter and the dime.
Yeah.
What does the interior of this soda machine network look like? Dante and Melody, you've seen it before, so you tell me.
I'm gonna say that you know how there are like the old soda machines that actually open like a fridge. So
Mhm.
regardless of what model soda machine it is, it kind of just a little light kind of glows around the edge of it. You open it, and it's just like a series of other soda, like the insides of other soda machines, like what you would be seeing that you kind of have to like leap to.
Oh, like in Monsters Inc. The inside.
Sure, yeah. Except like
It's like-
inside
it's
is
like
kind of
holding
just
a
a
fairy
void, but
door.
it's just like it's just like a void. They're like soda machine. So if you want to find the British one, you have to find the one that's in milliliters instead of like
The one in
ounces.
Britain.
There you go. No, so you kind of have to like find that sort of like soda machine. That's kind of like one way that you can figure out what soda machine you're
Yeah,
going to.
You've got to get the #1 British soda,
Yeah.
Bubble Chums.
I'm going to add to that a little bit. So as you travel in it, you're not walking. It's like this big spiral thing. So you're being moved along like the things in a vending machine.
I love it. That's so good.
Yeah,
So-
that's awesome.
God, I wish I could give inspiration.
Like we're sitting and so we're seeing all the doors go by and
Yeah.
we don't really have a choice of where we go, but eventually like the little turning
Yeah.
Yeah, it kind
Fitting
of runs out.
thing.
You find it, and you gotta feel yourself just go.
yeah You're gonna
Drop.
get dropped out. And we don't know what happens if we get stuck like one of the snacks. That hasn't happened yet.
To wait till somebody comes along and shakes.
Yeah,
Someone
like
else
slams the
discovers this
machine.
magic.
Yeah.
Great. So
You made this?
On purpose?
Dude, this is amazing.
Totally on purpose.
I was very hungry.
This is pretty cool. And it's definitely making it so I don't have to go to this stupid family thing tonight. So thanks for that too.
I didn't get invited to the family thing.
Should have. I told Mom to invite you. She didn't.
No, she doesn't invite me to anything.
She's letting you use the library, right?
Melody pauses because she's not sure which reality she's in.
I think that all Inkwoods have access to the library.
Okay.
So you would have it not because she likes
Yeah.
you, but because of your lessons. So
Technically, yes. But it's very uncomfortable. Does she have Tinkerbell in this one?
are we at Tinkerbell?
Tinkerbell
Oh
was
yeah,
her
yeah, yeah,
secretary.
yeah. Tinker, yeah.
Oh,
okay,
right.
there's-
But she's not
there's-
that Tinkerbell. She's a very
No,
common
she-
name.
yeah. It's a very common name.
I feel you, Tinkerbell.
Yeah, well, Tinkerbell just sits and watches me when I go in there. She doesn't just let me go in there. But I can. It's very awkward.
Yeah. And it's clear there's like more after that, but she doesn't say it. She's like, "Oh, snacks." Snacks like a bag of Cheetos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, give me some of those.
Yeah. So,
The hell
with
is Bubble Jums?
Ice
very
Bubble
concerned-
Chums.
Yeah, I'm very concerned about them eating other people. Those ones are called Mike and Ike. I feel very bad for them.
It's not people. They're just like little capsules. It's almost like pills, like you're taking like Oxy or something.
I don't know what any of those words mean. Like-
Bubble water, they're
Like
delicious.
Ox like the animals?
What? Animals?
Oxy? It's an ox like
No,
the animal?
Oxy, like Oxycontin.
Cotton?
Yeah. Not like cotton, but
Very
Oxycontin.
strange.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
I
like
was supposed
cotton
to be
that's
the
made
one
from
who knows
oxen.
double.
That must be
Oh,
what it
But it
is.
must be, yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I just look at Dante like, these people.
Like, it's all right. It's all right.
And Daphne,
You know what?
Daphne, like this, I understand. My family doesn't have potty, so
If everybody's grabbing snacks, I'm gonna grab a snack of those like flaming hot Cheetos.
Sure.
Like not
Hot
the
Cheeto?
flaming hot ones, but the ones that are extra flaming hot.
Sure.
I'm gonna
Mhm.
pocket
all I want to do is eat hot chip and Robin British School.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. You know.
How do you feel about Bubble Chums? Is that like how do you like Bubble
Is
Chums?
this a real drink or
No,
is this okay?
This is the thing I made up.
I think
So I think
Daphne
it's funny.
loves it. I think whenever they would like lean into mundane stuff, it's a drink that she would drink, and she like. I think as she's gotten older, she doesn't drink it 'cause it's too sugary. But I think when she was a kid, she loved it.
Who's your favorite of the Bubble Chums? Bubs, WizKid, or Dave?
Dave. It's definitely Dave.
Dave. Yeah. Okay.
Is WizKid the same WizKid that was like the Vid Kid from the Burger King Kids Club, but it's the British version of him?
Yes, but he's also a cheetah.
Okay. Okay. It's like one company clearly stole the other one's drawing and added a tail
Yeah.
or glasses to it. Yeah.
Oh my god. I'm
Yeah.
definitely drinking some Bubble Chums. Hey, Bubble Chums?
Listen, if we don't get off this now, I'm going to spend the rest of the evening inventing bubble chums technology. So we're going to say the soda machine.
This is world building. Let's decima this shit.
Kimmy, how do you feel
That-
about bubble chums?
That's
Bubble chums hurt you in your past.
that's the next actual play campaign. Bubble Chums, a fate actual play.
Into the vending machine.
Oh my god, I love you
A
all so much.
transdimensional snacking adventure.
Um, so there's like a glowing portal that opens in the air in front of you, and you pop out into the common room in. I've already forgotten the name of your house.
Avalon Echo.
Yeah.
Avalon Echo. Pop into the common room there.
Oh, this is my house at the school.
Yeah.
I thought you meant my house, like my family's home.
Mm.
Oh.
Because I figured like we were Morgaine's descendants, so
I
we'd be
love.
like
I
Avalon's
got
Echo.
that in
yeah.
my brain now.
Okay.
We'll go there
Okay.
at some point. 'Cause it's a good name.
Okay, so if we're talking about my house at the British school,
I think honestly I'm really glad of that because I'm like, oh, the British school's dick, but God, that's a great name.
Yeah.
Right?
I don't want to like
I was thinking
anything
of it
about
like
them.
I was thinking of it the way like rich British people have homes that have
Yeah, no,
titles.
yeah,
That's what I
that's
was
beautiful.
thinking. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm glad that that's been cleared up because I would have been so sad if I gave that name to the British school.
You may or may
Right.
not. You may or may not show up at the studio sometime, and there'll be a new plaque in front of my home.
I'm into it. Yeah. Okay. Then I'm trying to think of what are like good British school style.
It's normal for North.
I think that maybe like it's more like. I think they are Fae in origin, and so I think there's like the Sealy house, there's the Unsealy house, which is like the ones that are like the more sinister kids. They put them in the Unsealy house, and then there's like I think there's like the Sylvan house, and there is I'm trying to think of a fourth one, but I think that I was probably in Sylvan house, which is like the talented and like smarter or like skilled, powerful group.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you pop out into the common room at Sylvan House, and there's two.
There's a miscellaneous house that no one knows how to.
There's two like
Badgers.
The Yellow House.
the Dryad. There.
Oh, dryads would be good.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's like the dryads, which are like the kids who are like more nature oriented.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Smoking weed.
And you pop out into this common room, and you see two just jerk-looking guys, because this is Great Britain. They haven't actually said anything. They just look like they probably push kids down and hold their faces in the mud.
Yeah.
And they are playing pool without cues. They're just like doing that with their fingers on a table, and they look over at you and are like immediately pull out wands at defense because you just popped
Yeah.
out of the soda machine.
Oh
It's
wait.
like, who are you?
Oh wait, I'm a dude. I got this. Yo, what's up, bruv?
Are you making fun of us?
Nah. No, totally not. My name's Fred Drick. Fred Drick. I'm new here.
Fred, you just came out of the weird art exhibit.
I know. I was showing my friends around. They're from out of town.
Forgive him. He's been eating Oxycontin.
Cotton from oxes?
Isn't it very strange? But yes, it's a thing that people do.
Okay, I see.
Um,
Oh, and he zeroes in on Caitlin. It's like, you're looking nice. Caitlin like looks away.
I'm gonna pick it up. I'm gonna be like, oh, so yeah, this is the British school, huh? This is where you're gonna be going in
Yeah,
a couple of years.
this is it, bruvna.
Profit?
Oh, and then I turn to one of the two and I say, pleased to meet you, Bruvner. I extend my hand.
Yes. Hello. I'm Sal, but of course, people call me Bubs.
Nice to meet you, Bubs. This is Danny.
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 Okay.
It's a good American name.
Yes.
Danny Smith.
Danny Smith. Okay.
So Bubs and Sal are the same person.
Yeah, Sal's nickname is Bubs. I'm going all in on Bubble Chums. I don't know
Yeah.
why. I don't know why it's happening.
I was making sure I
But-
wasn't writing down the wrong person's name.
Hey, so you got some bubble chums. And here, have some more.
and
They hand him some out of the
yes, thank you. Bubble Chums is wonderful. It's imbued with the magical essence of unicorn tears. It's wonderful. It's they make it in a warehouse up in Slough. He looks at you, and Caitlin's like, "You're Inkwoods. I can tell from your magical signatures."
Melody's trying to look like unhorrified at the idea of unicorn tears being mass produced into snacks. Yes.
Wonderful. It's good to have you here. It's nice to have representatives of a grand but admittedly inferior American tradition. Caitlin shakes her head. You're Morgaine. I didn't see you there. Like you were trying to hide. Do I know you?
Now you probably knew me, me cousin who used to go here. But I tend to study more abroad and travel.
I think I know you. Regardless. Puts his wand away.
Yeah, well, we'll be on our way now. Cheerios.
What are you doing here? Clearly you don't mean harm. You're too bumbling to have done anything truly risky, but
We're just here to visit.
why don't we take you to see the headmaster? I think he would be quite delighted to hear what you have to say.
Well,
And
the truth is, we had a family thing that we were supposed to go to tonight, and my cousin Caitlin and I, Caitlin didn't want to go, so we did this instead.
you came to Britain so you didn't have to go to a family thing.
Have you been to American family things?
No, I haven't. They must be truly awful.
They're ghastly.
Why did you bring a Morgaine and someone who's pretending to be from Birmingham, perhaps? Newcastle? Liverpool?
Scotland.
Ah, Edinburgh. Yes, okay. And a very charming young man, Danny Smith, a very American name.
That's right, brother.
He's American, all right.
Are you truly American? Do you ride horses and do lasso tricks, that sort of thing?
All the time, yeah.
Yes,
yeah,
great,
yeah.
wonderful,
My
perfect.
dad's a horse lasso guy.
Your dad's a horse? Oh.
Lasso guy.
Oh,
Yeah,
lasso. Okay. Okay. Yes. All right.
Yeah.
Well,
I
that's
believe
all.
it's Cowboy.
Very
No,
curious.
no. We're lasso guys.
Okay.
Cowboys, those are another kind of.
Well, we figured that if we were ditching our family thing, we might as well hang out with our friends.
Okay. Well, this is all very curious. I need to report all visitors to the headmaster, so I'm just going to.
No, you don't.
I don't.
No,
Why not?
because I said so.
Will you roll me a charm? You have to be 20. Because
No.
that's not very good. Or you have a spell you're trying to do.
How can I turn this into a grit roll? I am not charming, and I'm clearly displaying how not charming I am. Wait, why don't I have a D6 in my deck? So I'm trying to. I'm switching gears now. I'm going to intimidate this bullshit rich boy.
Okay. You are tall now, right? That was
Yes, I'm 6'2".
Okay.
Yes, and muscular. So
Okay,
yeah.
great.
I'm gonna start slipping my hand on my wand,
Okay.
just in case.
Yeah, so I want to kind of I'll roll charm if you make me, but
Well, if you want to do grit, that's fine. If you want to, yeah.
yeah, because I kind of want to get it in his face and because I am not from a rich school.
Okay. This kid is not.
Yeah.
He's not very. He's a bully, but he's kind of a paper
Yeah.
towel. So I'm gonna say you have to beat a 12.
Okay. All right. Yeah. And basically I'm just gonna kind of like I'm just gonna like sort of take my broom, which is the blocker's broom, and it's just like sturdy and simple. It's one of those like just don't mess with me brooms. And I just sort of like, lay it on the table and just kind of lean in. I'm like, you're not gonna do that. Ooh, that is a 20, actually.
Nice.
Ooh, so you got the
Thanks,
highest,
brand new
the
dice.
highest score you possibly could.
Yes.
Tell me how you become so intimidating that like literally God would step down.
um, uh, I think, yeah, I think I understate it in the sense that like I've put the broom out, I've made it in, like I've changed my stance, I'm ready to fight, and and I'm prepared to fight, and I think I just like look in his eyes and like lock him down in a stare and be like, and like let him see that fire in my eyes that is like, we're not actually gonna do this. You were outmatched here, and all you have to do is just look at me to realize, like, the act is dropped. I'm serious. You're not gonna say a thing, because otherwise I will do something really painful to you. And that's what I'm like, but it's all coming in just like nonverbal language, to say it, like, it's that sort of like that look that your cat gives you when you pet them in a spot that they don't want, and they're like, I could kill you. Yeah, that's the look I give him. Yeah. And, we're gonna go on our way.
I tell you what, Mr. Scotland. All right, I'll give you all. I'll count to 500. All right, that's your head start. Go ahead. That's because I'm such a good friend to the American people, and the Morgaine family has always been treasured one of my own. Though there's those two unfortunate, two unfortunate women who had to be dealt with.
Well, I'm sorry, did I indicate that anybody wanted to hear any more opinions from you?
I offer opinions freely. I'm something of an amateur critic.
You should focus on counting. I think it's going to take you a while to get to 500.
I shall. Tally ho.
Let's go.
I hang back as people start walking away, and then I go, so I've been away for a bit. You said they got taken care of.
Ava and Bethany?
Yeah.
Yes, they were imprisoned. They've been taken to the castle, Neuschwanstein in Germany, being held there. I'll tell you how to spell that if you'd like.
I can spell it. I'm sure I
I'm
can.
obsessed with that castle, so I
Yeah.
can also tell you how to spell it.
I ran a kids
It's so
Brooms game last
pretty.
week that took place there. The school was like under the shadow of Neuschwanstein.
Neuschwanstein. We're learning things today.
It's so pretty.
I'm gonna write it down again. I'm just gonna write it phonetically for now.
Yes, they're, they really have brought shame onto this family with what they allowed their son to do. But, it's all right. It's all right. Everyone needs to be corrected every once in a while.
We'll make sure me aunties know what happened because they'll be happy to hear about it.
Good, good, thank you. What did you say your name was?
Dorian.
He's like, clearly the wheels are turning, but it's going to take him too long to, like, reach the conclusion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's starting to wish she had said a different name, but she realized that she has she's put that out there now. So I think in her compromised state, she didn't realize she should be more clever right now.
Yeah.
That dude is
Oh,
lucky
can I-
left the room when that conversation happened.
Oh, she wouldn't have done it if you were still.
Yeah.
I actually want to do a kind of a violation of student protocol, and I want to try to like use a spell to make him forget we just had that conversation.
Sure.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
So I think that would be imagining charm again.
Hmm.
which does feel like one of her go-to types of magics to
Yeah,
use.
so I'm going to say it could happen that you'd forget a conversation, not naturally, so that's a +3. +3, you want it to be permanent, so that's 12. Have you cast something like this before?
I think she probably has. I'm someone who gets in trouble once in a while with magic, so I think that I have probably
Okay.
had to get myself out of a scrape or two.
All right, I'm going to say it's a 13, and I am adding on 1 because the British school makes it very difficult to cast any kind of magic here. So anytime, there's going to be an extra +1 if you cast any spell. So you have to beat a 14.
Okay. Okay, it's a 2. So I mean, there's no way point in rolling. But yeah, I rolled a 5 +2, so I rolled a 7 total.
Oh, yeah, he remembers you instantly.
Okay.
Yeah. And he's like, oh, how unfortunate. Well, I'll call the headmaster. I'm sure he'll be happy to know that you're here, and I'm sure you still have your tattoo on you somewhere.
Are the rest of us close enough to hear this, or are we like?
I purposely waited till you walked away before I did
Okay,
it.
yeah.
But now that I know that I've compromised my group, I think that I will probably factor that into my decisions making moving forward.
Okay.
So
Great. Perfect. All right.
Okay. How do we find our way to the secret room?
We need Daphne here. She's the one who knows.
Daphne, hurry up. We gotta find the secret room.
I catch up. First of all, you can't shout my name like that here.
Oh.
Second of all, Mels, do you have a way of allowing us to talk without necessarily being in the same space together?
I could probably figure that out. Just okay.
I think I saw in a movie it's called like a talkie-walkie or something, but like a headpiece, or like a
next to each other.
Yeah,
like dragon teeth.
That was gonna be my next question. Do the two of you have phones?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
All right. I can't be around you. I have to do something, and we'll have to find a way to communicate back and forth while that happens.
Well,
The more you can do without magic, the better.
we need you with us because you know where we're going.
If I stay with you, you're gonna get captured and you're gonna get hurt, and I can't let that happen.
But if you're all by yourself, you're gonna get captured and you're gonna get hurt. And we can't let that happen. So you're stuck with us.
I know my way around this school. I know how to hide and not be seen in this school. I did it for a couple of years.
I know, and you're gonna tell us how to do it now.
They're gonna look for me, so if I can divert them away from where you're going to be, then you can do what you need to do without them looking for you.
You're under the mistaken impression that I can be swayed. I'm more stubborn than you.
I don't think that's true.
You're the best spellcaster of all of us. You know this place.
And like, so far, every time I've tried to cast a spell in the last day, terrible things have happened. Look at my face. Look at her face.
Look,
Everyone
everybody-
who loves me and gets close to me and is around me gets hurt, and it's my fault.
everybody has an off day, all right?
Daphne, it's not your fault.
It's not your fault.
Can I try something? It's a tattoo, right? The way they can track you?
Yeah.
Where is it?
I don't know.
And I would say that this is a rumor around school that you've all been tattooed so they can track you at any time, but nobody knows if it's true.
Hmm.
And if it is, but the school officials are suspiciously good at finding you when they need to. So
I'm also going off the fact that the student said to me, "You still have that tattoo," so
Mhm.
that's why.
I mean, it's a student rumor, you know.
fair,
but
fair.
yeah.
Mhm.
But
yes.
as a student who went here, I don't know not to believe in it. So
Yeah.
Can I cast a spell to see
Sure.
if I can detect where it might be or what it might be?
Sure. Why are you the person to do it where presumably every student who's attended this school has tried to cast that spell? What's your new approach going to be?
I want to see if it's actually a physical thing. I think everybody's tried to look for something magical.
Mm-hmm.
I want to try to look for something beyond magic, something that might be more of a real world thing.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, like one of those, like
Yeah.
chips
Cool.
Yeah.
injected.
Mini home
Which is weird, but I am going. I think that seems like it seems like either a brains check or a flight check because I'm trying to flight because we're trying to avoid detection.
I think I'm gonna say brains.
Brains. Okay.
And tell me exactly what kind of spell you're casting. Is it like a scan or something?
Yeah, something because if something is meant to detect you, that means there's got to be some sort of signal, some sort of magical, like they mentioned in the room. What was it? A signature?
Mhm.
There's got to be something like that that can be detectable, or at least, again, if it's not magical, something physical that can be detected.
Almost like an RFID, like something
Yeah,
being-
yeah.
All right. You need to beat an 8.
8. That's 20 with the magic die.
Okay. You tell me what it looks like first of all.
Let's see. I start. Well, first of all, I ask for your consent. And I say, can I see if I can find out how they're tracking the students?
Oh wait, fine, but hurry it up.
Okay, I close my eyes. I raise my wand, and as I hold my wand in my hand, it starts to glow. And in that glow, I see. Sort of like a magical energy emanating from you, or an energy emanating from you. And I realize that, yeah, the reason the students can't detect it, is because it is something physical. It is some sort of like just kind of subdermal, like injection. Yeah, kind of like French fry. Yeah, there you go. Injection French fry. Yeah, it's a chip. They
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
That's what they
I'm
call
sorry.
it, right?
I'm out of control. I apologize.
That is
We
that has been
actually cook them
applied to you.
differently. Chips and fries are not cooked the same way.
That has been applied to you like someplace like just kind of like
Yeah.
innocuous,
That makes sense.
There's so there's these
and that kind of catches me off guard too. I'm like,
and you rolled
Oh.
a 20, so you see them bing 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 and like all the students around you just
yeah.
and you recognize this is not magic, but it is way more advanced than any tech you've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, it's a physical thing that is in everyone, and then you hear someone at the end of the hall go, "Oh, there he is. There's Morgaine. Let's catch him."
Is it the same person?
No, it's like a security guard.
Son of a-
It's
Yeah.
You said they're chips.
I say, yeah, but they're not. It's not like anything I've ever heard or seen of. And I mean, my family knows this stuff.
Figure it out while you run, and I like shove you guys toward like shove them towards the hallway, and then I draw my wand and I like face off like down towards where the bad guys are coming from.
the other 3 of you, if you want to run, roll me a flight check against a 10.
Okay.
I'm
Again,
gonna
this is
like
just a staff, right?
I'm gonna go nearby, but I want to try something else. I'm not gonna run.
Do we see the people who are chasing after us too? By the way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they're big. They're enormous giants.
Okay.
Like they're Hagrid.
Oh.
motherfuckers. I'm sorry, I said his name.
They're Hodor.
They're Hodor. Yeah.
Hodor! Hold the door! That's Fangry! It's Morgaine! Hold the door!
Actually, before we run, can I cast one more spell?
What is it?
I want to take that bag of extra flaming hot Cheetos and make it appear inside one of our pursuers' mouths, like the Cheetos, like from the bag into there to hopefully distract them with the spiciness of, these cheesy snacks,
Okay.
cheesy American snacks.
I'm gonna add an artificial +3 because you're on the run doing this. So this is the thing that bends the rules of reality. It is just a book or smaller because it's just Cheetos. So that's 6 and it's instantaneous. That's 6. I don't think you've done this before,
I've
though.
never,
So
like,
it's
nope.
11. 11 plus 3 is 14. Gotta
Okay,
be
14. Holy smokes. And that's a flight check?
Yeah, sure.
I'm going to go ahead and burn an adversity token on that. 14. Oh,
Oh no.
that's a 1 and a 2, so that's a 3. Not going to happen.
Okay.
I try to, I try to send this thing into its mouth, and they kind of just appear on top of its head. And
Because you failed, I get to say what happened.
Oh, that's right. Yes, you do. Yes, you
now
do.
the
Sorry.
halls. No, it's fine. It's fine.
GM,
I also
instincts kicking
listen.
in.
I love that because that's happening, but also everything's on fire now.
Oh,
Literal.
Like there's
flaming hot.
there's like these like elaborate tapestries that are clearly very old, and Daphne, you would know the history of every single one, but they are just now on fire, and they're quickly catching like every other thing's on fire. And yes, the giants are advancing towards you through a flaming hallway, a flaming hot hallway, if you will.
I have a thing I want to do, but I want to let Adam go first because they had started making a move.
Yeah. So and just so you all know, I was shoving you guys and telling you to run, but
And
I
did
was
not.
planting myself.
Mhm.
It's clear that I'm planning
I
on staying here
do.
to stop.
If y'all are
Yeah.
gonna run, I do want to do a flight check before
Yeah.
we get to Adam.
I'm not
But
running.
You're not running. Are you running?
they're not running, so I'm not running.
Okay. Caitlin's running.
Why are you not listening to me?
Succeeds.
So I'm trying to protect my friends. So I want to I'm gonna call on these poor living rocks, probably the ones that are screaming the hardest to and I'm going to all of the rocks from the walls. I want them to just slide out and block off the hallway. So I'm going to cast a protection spell to ask the rocks to step in front and block this giant from me.
How sure are you that the rocks are alive?
So here's the deal. Even if they aren't alive, the European magic thinks they categorizes it.
Got it.
To me, everyth's got a spirit.
Cool.
So I'm calling to the spirit of the rocks.
That makes
So-
sense to me. All right.
So
I just wanted to-
and this is right. Yeah. Come on, rock friends.
So you're gonna try and make.
Imagining Bluto
You
yelling
want
at
to rock?
You're gonna try and basically build. Are you building
Yeah.
rock monsters? Or are you building a rock wall?
I'm building a rock wall. I just want to kind of block off the wall,
Okay.
and then if that works, I'm gonna follow along after them. Except they're not running, so
Okay. So
but,
this is gonna
so
be
D4 is for my magic die, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you what you gotta be here.
Okay.
This is gonna be a 12, a instantaneous. Have you ever done anything like this before?
No, I don't think so. Not like this.
Okay. You have to beat an 18.
An 18. Oof. Okay. And also I have the guardian strength because of my blocker's broom with me, and so that allows me to if my check fails, I get to re-roll the magic die.
Okay, cool.
Probably not unless this explodes 3 times. I moved it. Sorry, and it was a 4 too. Oh, no, 2. That's 11. Okay, I don't beat it.
What did you need to reach?
Well, I would have had to get 18, so
Okay, no.
so I would have had to have the 4 explode twice.
Yeah.
The D4. So yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it almost works, but there are wards built into everything here to prevent non-European magic. And so there's this tiny ridge that rises up out of the floor, and they do have to jump over it. But,
Okay.
It's not enough to stop them
Yeah.
significantly
Okay. Right.
because they are also Olympic gold medalists at hurdles.
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I should have warned you about that. They're very good. No, what I'm gonna do
We're supposed to
is
run.
I'm gonna blast up at the. It's because of the fires. I'm gonna blast up and activate the fire extinguisher system.
Mhm.
And so I think there's I don't think it's actual a sprinkler system, but there's a system that makes it rain in the buildings.
Hmm.
Not unlike like there's an indoor weather system that happens because of the way the school is set up. I'm gonna do that, but I'm gonna make it hail. so that the ground that they're running across becomes slick and icy.
Nice.
Okay.
So
All right. Let me see how I think that'll go. Um,
I'm hoping that because I'm using the like natural fire deterrent system during the fire, that it makes it a little bit easier to do it. But
I'm gonna say it could happen, but not naturally. 3 plus, you're definitely doing something bigger. Well, that's actually larger than that even. So your 3 plus 7 is 10. Instantaneous. Have you done something like this before?
I think it's similar to when I used when I blew up the boombox last time. Like it's me like controlling heat and temperatures and stuff like that. So I do think it's something that I know how to do.
Okay, so that's a 12. I am adding on the standard +1 for doing magic here, and I'm going to add on another one because your fear is not being enough, and I feel like you're afraid of that all the time here.
Especially right now.
So
Yeah.
14.
2 spells that I failed today.
Beta 14.
Okay, so I'm gonna do my magic first. Okay, so it's a 2 on the magic dice, and then it's gonna be yes. All right, so I rolled a 16 plus 2, so I have an 18. So I did do well. So I think at this point, what's happened is that Daphne's like defending her friends is taking precedent over like trying to get herself out of jams, and so I think like this is the moment where she saw like what you tried to do didn't quite work out. She saw what you tried to do didn't get work out, and she's like, I've got this, and then she does it, and she's like, she goes, "You shall not pass." She's very, and then she looks at you and goes, "Flee, you fool! Fly, you fools!" No, I think she's like, "What part of go and I will keep you safe did you not understand?"
I said it too, and you didn't believe me either. Let's go.
Well, no one you
everybody.
love is in jail right now, and then she runs.
Oh.
Hail is falling all around. Melody, did you have anything you wanted to do, or you just?
Yeah, like while they're doing that, I'm gonna pull out my phone. I'm gonna try and fry the chip that's in Daphne.
Do you know it's there? Have you been in?
Didn't you just do that?
I'm gonna, yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Sorry,
I mean,
yeah.
I'll convey whatever information I find and like where it's pinging from.
I apologize.
Everything has happened very
Very
quickly.
quickly.
Yeah, it is
So,
very
but
quick,
yeah, if you think there's a reasonable way you'd know it, then I'm cool
Okay.
letting you do
Yeah,
it.
if
but
you said it out loud.
Yeah, I would say that's what it is. You know, it's not a magical thing. That's how they're doing it.
Okay, I kind of pictured that like as he was starting to cast, or I'm sorry, as you were trying to cast your spell.
It's okay.
Yeah. And then so that was kind of how I pictured in my head with the.
Okay, no, that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense. Do you want to use magic to do this, or do you want to try and do it? Techie.
I think it's gonna be my weird tech magic.
Okay,
Mhm.
the weird. Okay,
Yeah.
so let's see here. We're gonna. So it could naturally happen. It's a book or smaller. This is gonna be easy. Instantaneous. Have you cast this spell before?
Meh. I feel like I've blown up a lot of things that are technology.
All right, you have to beat a 6.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'm not gonna talk myself into problems. I'm gonna with brains or grit or what do you think?
I think brains, but if you want to pitch me on something else, I'm cool.
Yeah, I'll do brains. 7, 8, 9.
Okay, tell me what it looks like when you zap that chip.
I feel like while all this is happening, like you start casting your Doritos spell, like right as I'm like trying to figure. I was like, oh, it's a chip. It's a chip. I can do this. And like it's sort of that scene in the movie where like one person's sitting there thinking as all this chaos is like behind them as like the giants are jumping over these things. So I kind of like pull slowly, like almost like casually, like pull out my little magic phony thing and kind of like wave it, like by Daphne, and she's like casting her big spell to save the day, and I'm just kind of like pressing like the buttons for the apps, and you just kind of like you don't even really see anything. There's like a little like fizzle out like wherever the chip is. So like nobody else really realized this happened probably even, and then I'm like, oh, I did it, and then suddenly they're all running. I'm like, oh, we're running.
I probably
Okay.
felt a little thing pop in my arm.
Yeah, you probably like, oh.
I like to imagine it's like when you're trying to program a like Reader's remote and it's going through every code trying to find the right one. So like you're watching the codes happen and
Yeah.
like, I'm like,
You did it well enough that a handful of other students have burnt out as well. So they'll be, yeah. So you are running away. Caitlin has run away ahead of you because she had the good sense to get out of a burning hallway. So what are you looking for? There's a soda machine that is disguising the entrance to the chamber. What do you think that you might think what that sewing machine might be?
I think that I do think that's the interest in the chamber because that was kind of like my original theory about it. So this is not the one we traveled through, right? This is a different sewing machine. Okay. I think that's the one that I think is in the teacher's lounge, or I think like they had said they're gonna take me to the headmaster. I actually think that unfortunately that's the direction we have to go in because that's where like a secure thing would be located, not farther away from there. So I think that while we hear people slipping and falling in the hallway that I just booby trapped, I think we now have to actually head towards the dangerous area of the school to get to it.
Okay, cool, great. All right, tell me how you're gonna get there.
I do want to just say that like it's already almost 9:15.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know, do people have to go? Should we put a pause on this? And it's like as we're fleeing the burning hallway, pause until next week, or do we want to keep going?
I'm not keeping going.
Yeah, I'm okay.
Yeah, I'm okay going a little
Okay.
longer if everybody else is.
Yeah,
I
go a
was
little longer.
I thought we were done at 10. So
Oh,
that's
okay.
fine.
No,
Me too.
Yeah.
We were too.
Yeah.
Okay,
that's what I
great,
was thinking.
perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, no, yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's where my brain is at. But if we like, this is a good place to pause if we want to pause.
Okay,
it, so.
no, we're good.
How
Okay.
crowded are the hallways that we're running in right now?
Yeah.
There's mass chaos right now. Like this is like when you came in here, you saw just enough to see how orderly everything was. It's the absolute opposite of your school, but it's the absolute opposite of ISUD. But yeah, now people are like trying to get free, trying to get away, and that's it's pretty crowded, but not like unnavigable. You can
Okay.
get through it. Yeah.
All right.
I think that while there's chaos, I think we're gonna try to grab kids like robes they're not currently wearing, like ones they might have set on chairs and stuff like that, and throw those on so we blend in a little bit more better with
Yeah.
the students of the school.
You can do that. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah. Yeah, you can do it. It's not a problem. Are there any like distinguishing things about the robes? Do they indicate which house you're in, or
Yeah, I think probably. I think there's probably like a Sealy House robe, an Unsealy House robe, and like maybe like I think that Daphne purposely is not picking a Sylvan because she doesn't want to get thrown in the crosshairs of those two guys again. So she's gonna grab a Dryad robe for her and for Mel, and then
Cool.
if we cut with Caitlin, we'll grab one for her as well.
Caitlin's absolutely. She's like,
Yeah.
Can't believe you didn't. The hall was on fire. You guys really have exciting times,
Well,
don't you?
I mean, in our defense, the hole wasn't on fire until we stuck around. Like up until then, it was like just like a hallway, and then A was like firestorm, and he was like earthquake. He was like earthbender. He was like firebender, and I was like waterbender. It was actually pretty awesome.
It was really cool,
I
actually.
don't understand any of
was-
those references, but okay. All right.
Ancient history.
This game takes
Talk
place
is
in
my
the
hero.
Avatar universe. Yeah.
Cartoons are actually metaphors for real history.
What? So we got to find our way there, right? So okay.
Why?
Um,
I mean, I know where we're going. We just gotta head down that way, but we don't want to be like caught again because it's quite hard to fight a bunch of teachers and students who are more powerful than we are.
yeah, clearly, and that thing was like giant. It was huge.
Well, his name is a person, he's not a thing.
Oh,
but
okay. What kind of thing? Or what kind of person? He's just a giant. Is he
Yeah.
a giant person?
it's a giant.
Weird. Okay. So
What
that's
do you
the
mean
thing.
weird? We're magical.
I've never seen giants. I have Sasquatches.
Yeah, well, how would you feel? Someone's like, oh, it's weird, it's a Sasquatch.
I'd be like, yeah, they're pretty weird.
All right, fair enough. But I'm just saying, like,
I
people
mean,
are
if you
different.
spend a lot of
sometimes.
time with the Sasquatches,
Saying
they're
it's like,
weird.
sometimes people are different, and maybe it's not the best thing to say, oh, that's weird about them.
yeah, okay, yeah, you're right.
Even if they all, chops who chase you down hallways. Anyway.
That, yeah.
So where are we going?
This way! And then, yeah.
And as we
Yeah.
go, I see you grab robes. I just grab random
Yeah, yeah.
robes,
Mhm.
and I toss one to you, Tanager.
yeah,
Yeah.
And I toss you a small robe, and you're big now.
yeah, right.
It doesn't quite fit, and mine is a little bit big, so it's
Right,
trailing
yeah,
behind me.
yeah.
And it's an unseely one that I've got.
Yeah,
Like I don't know it.
yeah.
Yeah.
roll me a flight check, Daphne. I assume you're in front.
Sure.
So Daphne, you're gonna have to beat a 10, and everyone
Well, that'll be fun.
the next everyone like down is gonna be 2 less because you're following.
Okay.
Daphne. So
Well,
so
have everyone have fun failing this with me. Oh, okay. I got a 7. Shoot, I can't. Can I spend both my verse? No, that would still be a 9. So, I'm not
you
gonna
can ask
take
one
it.
of your friends to spend some.
Does anybody have the ability to help me?
I have one.
Okay, that would give me either.
Oh, give you 10?
You're tapped out.
I am
Okay.
Yeah, if I get
Yeah.
rid of 1, I'll have 10.
Yes.
So, okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So,
Yeah.
I think that like maybe like I'm starting to like I'm like slipping and you grab
Yeah.
grab me your big meaty hand and like pull me up again.
Right? Yeah.
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 I'm a giant too now, apparently.
Yeah.
6'2" is so tall.
I know.
Compared to Daphne,
Yeah.
And I
Um,
also throw in, there's nothing weird about you.
Thank you.
And then grab you and run.
I while you were going, I grabbed us robes, so we're hidden, we're incognito.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
You should
yours-
go
yours is the
next
dry house.
because, yeah, everybody's flight check reduces the next one by 2. So
Oh, perfect.
you got the high one.
What's the minimum?
So now you have to beat an 8.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Oh,
Okay,
so
well, I'm
you-
just-
yeah. Do you automatically do it? 'Cause it's
Yeah, I
20.
can automatically.
Just
do it.
automatically do
Okay.
it that. Well, actually no, because you're under fire, so
Okay.
you do have to roll.
Mm.
Yeah.
5. Oh, I missed.
Don't know.
7.
I
I just
know.
gave my token away.
You had diversity
8.
tokens,
9.
though. You
Oh,
just
you
needed
need
it.
to-
one. You just need
Oh,
the
yeah,
eight,
you made
yeah.
it. Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So spend 1.
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry.
So we're at an 8.
Do we get to roll our magic?
I was thinking
dice?
Tell me
10.
what
You
it
roll
is that makes you just succeed.
I think I got scared because I saw Daphne almost fall. So I
Mm.
freak out. And I'm like, ah! And then she was saved. So I was like, okay, I'm all right. But then,
Okay.
I still.
Whoever's behind you needs to beat a 6.
Okay, so I should be able to do that because I've got a D10.
We'll find out.
I love that I rolled first with the lowest of the rolls.
Oh no! Yeah. 5 and 3 is 8.
Yay.
Yay.
Perfect.
Yay.
Is this a magic roll?
No.
Okay, all right.
Oh, so wait, should I roll the D4?
No.
We're not using magic.
Oh, okay. So I only roll the D4 when we're casting a
We're
spell.
only when we're casting a spell. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I
Unless
have
your D4 stat.
no. No, it's my D10 stat. So that's only a 5 actually. So I
Okay.
do not succeed.
Do you
Yeah,
have
no.
a class? Do you have a class or wand or something that might help?
Can you hop on our brooms?
Yeah, if we could hop on our brooms, that'd be great. No, cause no, my
We need to be better about saying we have our brooms with when we're doing
I know,
stuff.
yeah,
I
exactly.
mean, I have my broom with me. I did mention it.
Oh.
So,
I
yeah.
did not, so
So,
I don't have mine. 'Cause my-
Um.
I actually have a +1 on my broom because my deal is that my family knew that I was not a good flyer. So they got
Oh,
me a
yeah.
better broom that would help me fly a little better.
Nice. My broom helps with it gives me the guardian strength, so when I'm defending, even if it's not magic, I get to roll the magic die, and then if it is magic and I fail, I get to re-roll the magic
Nice.
die. So yeah. But yeah, so I mean, I am in broom's class, but I don't have any like stat boosts to flight or anything. So
Okay. Cool. Well, something you trip over something.
okay.
You need to beat a 6 still.
Okay, all right. Can I hop on my broom?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, I hop up. Let's see how well I do. It's an 8.
Perfect.
With an 8, can I like sort of at least like clutch a Tanager's hand and drag
Sure.
him?
Yeah.
Sure.
We're all just
Sounds
stumbling
good.
over each other.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
like you're flying along and like
Yeah.
Tanager's like bouncing along the ground behind you.
I'm trying to like catch your footing, right? As you're trying to get.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, you
I actually
just
tripped
can't quite
on
get
my
purchased.
broom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. There you
Can't
go.
really make purchase. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you get to the soda machine. You get to the secret mystery soda machine. How do you think that Daphne, how do you think you're going to access this space? This is not on you all can tell this is not on the soda machine network you've been at before. And there's a thing over it that says speak friend and enter.
Hey, chum. All right. Chum for bubbly chums.
It's fun.
I'm actually gonna take a step back and I'm gonna look at Melody and Dante, and I'm gonna go, look, I know quite a bit about magic, but all this technology stuff is not the stuff that I'm good at, and you two are like wicked good at it. So I'm gonna trust you to figure this out because you already did it once today, So if somebody else has already done it, I feel like all you need to do is like reverse engineer whatever it was they did. And I believe in you, and I know that you can do this, and I'm gonna trust you to do it.
Oh, thank you. They do seem to be using technology to thwart magic students from accessing things.
It makes sense if you think about it.
It's very smart and clever.
So wait a minute. We're trying to figure out how to access this thing, right?
Mhm.
I look at the selection of different sodas, and I'm like, okay, Coke, 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 new Coke, improved secret formula.
Coke Zero.
Yeah. And I put in the amount of change,
Mhm.
and then I press that.
Okay. Let's see if it works. Roll me a brains check
It's okay.
against 12.
Ooh, 11.
Oh no!
I'm gonna give an adversity token.
Okay,
Yay.
that's 12.
Okay. Just succeeds.
And I'm gonna say, maybe it's linked to the chips the students have. If the chips, maybe it only lets people through who don't have a working chip. That would be a very smart way of keeping students out of forbidden areas.
Mm. So the students who don't have a working chip, right? Is that
Well,
what you said?
the
Or who
students who have a chip
who have-
can't access it because
Yeah.
they're obviously students. So I'm assuming that they probably don't give chips to the staff.
Oh,
That would
sure,
be
sure.
very
I gotcha,
creepy.
I gotcha. Yeah.
More
So,
creepy.
okay.
It's already creepy.
So it should be fine. Okay, all right.
I
I
don't
may
know.
want to step back a couple of steps. I think.
Oh, her chip is fine. It doesn't work.
And then, like what? Wait, what?
Oh, I zapped it while you were burning the hallway.
Oh, right. That was awesome.
And the speed bump, that was a good move.
Thanks.
And yeah, I
Appreciate that.
press the button.
Okay. Nothing happens at first. And then 3 figures rise out of the ground.
We'll step back and see what happens.
One of them says, I am Bubs.
Oh,
The next says, I am WizKid. The next says, I am Dave.
Oh my god, it's the bubbly chums!
We are the Bubble Chums.
You're real!
We
Dude!
are very real. We have been placed here as a security protocol to keep you from accessing this space. We were placed here in the year 1402 by Osmodeus Morgaine.
Oh, well, you haven't met Daphne Morgaine, who is clearly like the best among the Morgaines.
You
Obviously.
are a Morgaine, I can tell. Not one that we recognize. But it has been very long since we were here. And then they look at you and are like, why are you in costume? Why do you not look like your true self?
Well, we was trying to sneak in, and it went a little awry, and so this happened. Kind of stuck in it now.
You don't have to hide from yourself.
I don't want to.
Either your first or your last name.
Daphne Morgaine.
Both of those names are important to who you are.
I know.
Now, you may challenge us to win entry at any game of chance.
Any game of chance?
Any game of chance.
What about Rochambeau?
I feel like we should not challenge giant hands to Rochambeau. It feels like a thing they'd be very good at.
Well, it's not really a good. You can't just get it or you don't get it. It's like a lucky thing.
Is that colloquially known as rock, paper, scissors?
No. No, it's actually where I like try to get you to play rock, paper, scissors, and then I kick you in the balls.
This is a very good deal. You can play us at a game of chance. We don't have to fight. There are 3 of us and 4 of you, and we are enormous and powered by magic. You will not win, I promise.
Okay, 5 of us.
There are 5 of you, yes. I forgot about you. You're very pretty.
Blackjack? Texas Hold'em?
Are any of you good at any games of chance?
Do I have a game that I'm good at in my
I'm probably...
back?
I'll also just let you bullshit something. I'm not
Yeah.
like sitting here being like, what's on your character sheet?
Yeah.
I'm like, you just tell me why you're good at blackjack and I'll buy it.
I'm just trying to think of a game that I think Daphne would be good at.
Do you play video games?
We have been known to enjoy Sonic the Hedgehog on
Whoa,
Sega
damn.
okay.
You've never seen Melody look as excited as she is right now. On the Genesis?
You are an Inkwood, yes?
Yes.
Are you the one? And then they just stop talking. We will speedrun the Green Hill Zone for access.
All right.
I mean, you always speedrun.
Go.
Kind of the point of the game.
So I totally like take over as like coach, and I'm like mopping your forehead, and I'm like, here, eat some hot Cheetos. All right, have some bubble chums. Okay, all right, you got this. You got this. You can do this.
Roll on flight. You have to
Okay.
beat a 12.
Okay. This is, it's not magic.
Not
it's
magic.
straight. Okay.
Unless you want to make it a spell, but I don't think you need
I
a
don't think
spell to play Sonic.
We'll see. Oh, and I get a +3 because it's something tech related.
Ooh.
13.
13. Okay, so tell me about how you just
That's
beat
fun. They can get for legal reasons.
you just beat these magical dead people.
So I'm super nervous, and I think like it was one of those things where like I got one. God, it's been so long since I actually played Sonic. There's the rings, right?
Yeah.
Like, so I think it was like one of those things where I like, oh, I know, and I like jumped up and I did like the hidden little trail that got a bunch of
Yeah.
extra rings. And it like just gave me like the extra bit that I could that like just got me a little bit fat.
I think you also hit the invincible thing.
Yeah.
Like,
Just
like the stars sparkling around.
yeah.
Yeah.
And it just zapped it like barely in front of them.
That
And whereas
was,
they hit the spikes.
that was truly excellent gameplay. Thank you. Here, as a reward entry, this is a Nintendo DS.
Wow. How exciting.
Old school.
Maybe you could come visit sometime. We could play more Sonic if you're ever bored, or like if you get a lunch break or something.
As long as there is a Morgane at your school, we may visit, yes.
That's very exciting. I named my ferret Sonic.
I named my soda Bubble Chums.
You don't often have a way of like undoing this, do you?
Time heals all wounds, my daughter.
All right.
I have a message from your mother.
I'm listening.
She says, whatever happens, you were never a disappointment.
All right. Well, now I'm real life, right? But
Descend. Stairs.
Mhm.
Descending into the earth.
well, let's go. Let's not make a big deal of it. Just go.
WizKid calls after you. Yo, we disabled all the like giant scorpions. So just get in and out, but we really like the cut of your jib.
Oh my god, that's why he's nobody's favorite.
Yeah, Dave is like Dave's like not looking for it. You know, he's just
Yeah.
there.
Right.
And
Yeah.
I'm Dave.
Then again, maybe Dave's not my favorite either.
I like chuckle in character, and I quickly turn away in like being focused on the corridor in front of us, just to kind of like be able to avoid everybody else's gazes.
I like to imagine this all happened exactly this way. So like we had a long conversation with the first one, and then WizKid did it, and then Dave.
We're like most of the way down the stairs.
Yes, when you go down, it is an enormous. There's hundreds of stairs that you have to descend, and you're calming yourselves as you descend. At the bottom, there are 4 enormous stone scorpions that indeed would have turned on had you portaled in here or
Yeah.
something. But thanks to the influence of well, let's be honest, just Bubs. Well, WizKid, Bubs and
Yeah.
WizKid, not really
Right.
Dave.
But you still
Yes.
hear his voice echo from above.
I'm still Dave.
They are perched in all the corners, and the place is lined with books, and there's torches everywhere. And in the center, surrounded by a crystalline glass case, is this beautiful opal. And as you look upon it, what do you want to do?
We gotta see if there's lasers. And I'm going to call Fog in
Mhm.
and like flood the floor with fog so we can see if there's lasers.
That feels like a thing you probably would just know how to do.
Yeah, I feel like it's a pretty basic kind of spell that I've done. Yeah.
There does not seem to be anything in the way of lasers in here. Indeed, this seems like whatever security systems were here were the giant stone scorpions that are now
Yeah.
disabled.
Yeah.
So
Plus, it's England. It's really damp. There's like
yeah.
there's like a 80% chance it's already foggy down here.
Right. Okay, so we grab the stone and we go.
And you said it's encased in like some sort of.
It's encased in like a crystalline box, basically.
How do we know it's the real one? When I see TV shows, sometimes it's like the fake one.
Yeah, but somebody would have had to come in here first and steal the real one and replace it with the fake one.
Well, no, I think she means like a decoy. Like they put a fake one to trick
Oh.
people. Is there like a? I want to do something kind of like a, like in D&D, it's like find object, like locate object. But I think like I want to like do kind of like a fairy fire. Like I want to like make the real crystal, the real opal overcurrents glow like a green light.
Okay.
Well, we've already done ice storm. We've already done fog cloud.
Right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
I did stone
That's,
shape.
stone
Yeah.
shape. Yeah.
I did prestidigitation.
Yes. Yeah.
I tried to do modify memory, but it was not that high enough level. But
Yeah.
Let's so this is I'm gonna say it could happen, but not naturally. It's a book's bends the rules reality. So it's 6.
Okay.
6 and how many times have you done something like this before?
probably like once or twice at the most.
Okay, so so this will be an 8. You gotta
8?
be an 8. Tell
Okay.
me what you're rolling on.
I think charm again. This is. I mean, like I think I'm. It sounds like the charm is like Daphne's next best thing besides like just pure force.
Okay.
So I think she's casting like it's essentially a glamour spell.
Okay. Cool.
So
Don't forget to roll your magic stats.
okay, great. So yeah, that's way above. So what was it? Was it an 8 was the goal?
Mhm.
So I was a 10 already on just the regular dice plus everything else. So yeah, I had like a 16 total.
Okay. Tell me what it looks like when you succeed so wildly.
I think that there's like a signature to Daphne's magic when she's actually able to control it, when it's not just like a erupting out of her, and it kind of has like this. I think I'm gonna say it's similar to the background that we picked for ourselves when we started. I think where it has like the red, like the kind of like pink reddish glowing. It's almost like got like a fire to it. I think there's maybe a little bit more of like, so it's very like a very like feminine energy, and maybe just a little bit of like black feathers to it as well for like the crow like nature of her like familiar. And so I think that it's almost like that flutters out of her wand, and it's almost like a seeking spell, and it like finds the thing they're looking for and like nails it exactly. It's almost like this
Okay.
magical bird made of this material flies out and goes towards it.
That's cool.
The opal in the case lights up brilliant green. 2 things happen. You, Daphne, are able to see that it is constant. It's just here, but you can see endless, like as if you were looking in a diamond. You see just endless facets of other things floating around it, like reality's kind of breaking and shattering.
Mhm.
Dante, you see that the figures within this opal are your great aunt and her lover, and this is a stone that was stolen from the Philippines by the British government.
Oh, on brand.
So,
Right.
Why is it not in a museum?
but it is tremendously powerful. It is one of the handful of fixed objects in all of reality that can be the same everywhere. So, and also you can tell that like the case is not actually locked. You could just lift it off and take it. It's, you know.
I did that. I'm Dave.
Thanks, Dave.
Just me being Dave up here.
Hey, I'm holding iced tea.
I think recognizing. Do you say that it's your family's thing?
Yeah. I'm gonna say this doesn't belong here. This was taken. That's my family, or those are images of my family.
I think Daphne opens the door for it.
Mhm.
We'll take it back then.
Okay. Anybody mind if I reach in? And...
But she's
Take
telling
it.
you to take it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will take it
It's
gently
yours.
with both hands. And how large is it? Just like
It's
Gem
yeah,
sized?
it's, yeah.
yeah, take it with both hands and like kind of gaze into those images, and then I'll stick it in my front pocket.
Oh yeah, dude. Screw the Empire.
And Caitlin is like, well, we should get going. And then you hear someone do the sarcastic slow clap.
Nap it.
If it's the
Stepping out of the shadows is Professor Joe, she says. So, it's you three. Dorian, you're looking rather nice today.
My name is Daphne.
Did Dave tell you that?
Actually, Bob did.
Oh, well. Never mind.
It doesn't matter who told me. My name is Daphne.
I'd like the opal, please.
I set the books on fire.
Okay. How do you do that?
I'm going to cast a spell. I'm going to shoot out a ray of fire onto the books.
Okay, cool.
Would that be fight or yeah? I mean, seems like it'd either be fight or brawn.
Okay, Benson Rules Reality. You're casting flames. That's tricky to figure out. So I'm gonna say it's 5, 10. Is 0. How have you've done fire spells?
I mean,
before,
I've
so,
sort of casted before.
yeah. So I'm gonna say this is a 12. Beat a 12.
Oh boy.
yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna have to. That's a D10 plus my D4.
Apropos of nothing, when you say we've cast a spell before, does it count if we cast it and it failed?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Practice makes perfect.
Good.
Oh, that does not get it. Oh, the 4 explodes.
Mhm.
So that's 5. 8. Darn it.
Okay.
Didn't quite.
Quite make it. Yeah. So like the fire kind of sputters out, and that's actually like, it's you actually get it going, and she's like, "No, we're not doing that." The fire like goes back into your wand, and like it's very hot. It doesn't
Oof.
actually hurt you, but
Yeah.
she just like pushes it back in. I
Okay.
said, "Give me the opal. You children are not allowed to have it because you will give it to the boy."
You're not allowed to have it either. This is my family's.
We're gonna do whatever we want with it.
We took it, so it's ours now. That's how the world works. People take the things that they need, they keep them, and those are theirs.
Oh, really? Got
That
your
works
nose.
for us too.
And then I just like punch her in the face.
Okay, only a fight. Just straight fight check. That's punching her in the face is very easy. You would just have to beat a 4.
Would this count as defending my friends?
Sure.
Oh. Oh wait, does that only work on? Yeah, I get to roll the stat die and the magic die. So, that's a 7.
Okay. She topples over. You hit her nice and hard on the nose. She's not expecting a physical attack. So does anybody want to do anything else, or do you want to just get out of here?
I want to cast like a truth spell on her.
Okay. Cool.
I don't think I've done it before, but I think it's been done on me.
Okay.
I think it's one of those things where if you were a troublemaking student, you probably even had it cast on you a few times.
Okay. So I'm gonna say 8. I'm gonna say you're gonna have to beat a 12.
Okay. I think it's a good old-fashioned charm spell again.
Okay.
Okay, I rolled a 12 plus 2 plus 2 more, so that's going to be 16 total.
Okay, I'm going to say you can ask her 2 questions and she will answer absolutely truthfully.
Okay.
She's writhing.
Who is the boy?
The boy? The boy is Curtis. You've all met Curtis, correct?
We have not met Curtis, right?
We're asking the questions here.
If you don't recognize Curtis, then I suppose it's too late for you. You're not very bright. She's like still writhing from the effects of the truth spell. Ah.
Second question is going to be, what do you know about the Hexbreakers?
The Hexbreakers? The Hexbreakers would not have existed without you four giving them the tools they needed to exist. That's the paradox, isn't it? Your little phone? Yes.
My phone.
You'll see. You'll all see.
That's all I can ask. We have to go. We have to go now.
I'm gonna
Our
grab
spell's wearing
them.
off.
Mhm.
And I'm gonna try and do the browser thing I did last time.
Hell yeah. So yeah, just so you can just do that. You always have to beat a 10, and you're
Yep.
always going to travel to another universe. But
Okay.
how much you beat the 10 depends on how
Okay.
much you control you have.
Okay. I automatically get the 10. So if I fail, does it make it worse?
You're like in,
So I have to roll.
yeah,
Okay.
you're in distress. So
That's like halfway. There you go.
So no, not really well.
It was cocked. So
No, it's like
It was cocked.
It was
Yeah.
a 4. It was 4 or 14. I'll just read
Yeah.
yeah, when it's cocked, you can
Roll
roll it.
12. Okay.
Yay.
13, 14, 15.
so yeah, you have 15. You tell me what kind of universe you want to go to.
I want to go to a universe where Daphne and I are dating and this person's not here. And we are not at the British school.
Okay. It's tricky because you can't move physically in space. So
Oh, okay.
no, it's okay. I can figure this out.
Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's you pop out and you are in a small peasant village on this very spot, and it seems like it's about like the 1200s. But you're all like dressed in like medieval garb, and people look at you and they're like, "Witches, witches, witches."
This is not good. We should go.
No, I don't think there's soda machines in this universe.
No, that's actually way too rough because you did control it to like a real degree.
I'm okay with stipulating that we don't leave the location. I just want to
Yeah.
make sure that Daphne and I are dating
Okay.
and that this weird lady's not here.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Priorities, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. No. That's cool. Yeah. So, but yes, definitely. Not only are you dating this universe where you're married, everyone
Mhm.
knows you're married, and the lady she's never existed in this reality.
Okay.
So yeah, you found a yeah. Yeah.
That's a lot. Okay. That is a lot.
Yeah.
I don't know what just happened, and I'm getting tired of saying this, but run!
So when I do that, by the way, we said the browser history thing because it feels like the way I described it, because I use my phone, it's like when you have too many tabs open on the browser and you just go through and randomly close them all. It's like we're falling through all the browsers that are being turned off and closed until we land in one that's not closed.
Yes.
So-
But one thing important for the two of you, because you weren't
Yeah.
here last time, when she does that and controls it, we don't have our memories changed.
So
So
where
yeah.
we came from.
yeah,
Okay.
when we choose to travel and we're brought ourselves, we retain our memories. It's
Okay.
Back to the Future
Yeah.
rules.
But we don't necessarily get memories from whatever the reality is, right? Like we aren't all of a sudden aware of where we are or anything like that. Okay.
I don't think so. Yeah,
We
last
didn't
time.
last time,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
So-
All right.
So we have to kind of do the thing where we figure out what's happening. Like,
yeah.
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 Oh boy.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, if you want to spend next episode trying to get out of the 1200s, we can. Like, I'm totally fine being like, and then you figured out a way to get back to the U.S. and like, because I think you would. Like, I
Yeah.
don't, unless these people like peasants catch you and like try to set you on fire or something, which doesn't sound fun.
That doesn't-
So
Right, yeah.
yeah,
I feel like we just went to another
yeah.
reality where we're at the British school, we're in this thing, we got down here somehow, this lady doesn't exist, we're dating,
Mhm.
and so we just have to go up and find a soda machine.
Yeah, you find a
Yeah.
soda machine.
Okay.
Right.
There is,
Yeah.
and now, honestly, there is one soda machine in every universe, no matter. It doesn't matter. And
It
it's
is the
always,
world tree.
It's always bubble
Right?
chums.
It's
Yeah.
the world,
Yeah.
the world chums.
And yeah, so you get back to school, and anybody want to put any? Just give me a last grace note of what's going on with all y'all after that adventure. Whoever wants to go first.
Can we have the disguises wear off? It's
Yeah,
like
it's
like,
the, yeah. This is the
fast
next
forward
day.
to yeah.
I think Daphne makes herself scarce until the disguise wears off.
Yeah.
Mm.
Unless Melody specifically stays with Daphne, I'll stay with Daphne until it wears off. But if
She won't.
if you're staying and there's a what's that?
I won't let you stay with me. I
No.
will close myself off from people.
Okay.
Once I have
Okay.
the ability to not be around everybody how I look,
Yeah.
I will hide myself away.
Okay.
And Melody's gonna respect that. She's gonna like
Yeah.
try and let you know that she cares and wants to be there, but also like respects. Like, hey,
Yeah.
I know that you need space.
Yeah.
It's total walls up
Yeah.
once she gets back.
Yeah. But yeah, when you get up the next morning, Tanager is like crashed in the common room, like right outside. You know, yeah, in case you need her. But, yeah. But I think we get together and have our meeting, and we're like, okay, we got the opal, and now we got a serious question to deal with. Because what if Professor Parker is also nasty like Professor Joe?
Mhm.
What if we're like doing all this stuff for somebody that we shouldn't be doing it for?
Yeah, it sounds like we might be the problem.
Like, it sounds like you make the Hexbreakers.
I had
But how can they already exist if you made them? If you didn't make. See, it's weird.
time travel's very, very confusing. And yeah, I had a do I think it was a dream? Do I know I
So
saw
I
it?
think you have a premonition. of
Okay.
some sort. Yeah.
Okay. I had like a vision of we saw this guy with a beard, and he had a weird phone like my phone, and he used it and he chased us, and I think he might have been a hexbreaker, but he seemed very dangerous, but he had a phone just like mine. I don't know. I think that might be what she was talking about. Like maybe we're the ones who cause all the hexbreakers breaking everything.
Are we so certain that the Hexbreakers are bad? Because I kind of have a little bit of history of people talking about things they don't understand and deciding that they're evil. But we only know they're bad because people who are in charge are telling us they are. But
Right.
maybe there's something else going on with them.
Maybe. Does anyone know someone named Curtis?
Yeah, who's Curtis, bro?
I know someone named Curtis. Said the GM.
Before we came to this meeting, I do want to say that I would have probably used my mirror to try to contact my moms and see if they're imprisoned
yeah.
in this universe too.
Yes, they're imprisoned in every universe.
Okay.
Mhm.
That's good enough. Moving on. Okay.
So basically, we don't know who to trust except each other.
You can trust me. Caitlin is still here. She's like, this was way better than having to go to that family thing where they were going to try and make me show off my air quotes relationship with Leopold.
Ew.
Mm.
There's a lot of pressure in being the oldest Inkwood with an E,
You touched that bullet.
and they don't want me to be who I am, and you guys don't care. So we got to find this Curtis, right? We got to see what's
Yeah.
going on.
Millie's gonna reach out and take Caitlin's hand.
She's like tearing up a little bit. She's like, thank you for that. All right. We got to find Curtis.
All right. That's our plan now. Who is Curtis?
Dun dun dun. That's where we're gonna leave it. What a
Eating flaming hot Cheetos.
yeah.
I think we're also gonna like do a thing where we have like a schedule where we each hold the opal for part of the time.
Mhm.
So
Yeah,
we
kind
never
of rotate.
we never do the thing where we leave it in our dorm rooms or anything.
Right?
Well,
Yeah.
you know what?
Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna say real quick before we go that Dante is going to take that opal
Okay.
first night that that everything kind of settles
Mhm.
down.
Yeah.
He's gonna take a look at it. He's gonna get on his phone, call his mom and
Mhm.
dad, and say, "Hey, what can you tell me about? What was it? My great
Great,
great
yeah,
great
yeah.
aunt?"
your great aunt and her lover who was a Spanish colonizer.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm going to ask them. What can you tell me about those relatives?
Mhm.
Yeah, and
Find that out next.
Next time.
yeah,
Mhm,
next time on.
mhm.
Yes.
That's like the post credit.
I will say, actually, I
Yeah.
will
Yeah.
say this. I will say this. You said that you have a piece of petrified wood of two people intertwined that appeared after they disappeared in a flash of light. There's a little nestling. There's a little like hole in there, and the opal fits in it.
Oh my gosh. Oh boy. Okay.
Oh.
That's so good.
Ooh.
I dig it.
Anyway, that's where we're leaving things. Next time
Yay.
on Hexbreakers Curtis edition. Next time. Next time.
And Dave.
Next
Game got
time you're
really
all playing as the
courtesy.
Bubble Chums.
Yeah. Dave!
Yeah, so thank you so much, everybody. I really want to thank our chat mod, whose name I wrote down, Dork Lord Canada, for their hard work. And as always, thank you to our amazing Patreons who keep us ad-free and independent. Everyone, I'm Emily St. James. You can find me on Twitter at twitter.com/EmilyBDW, and I'm here every Wednesday night. Kimmy, where can people find you?
Hi, I'm Kimmy. I am here all the time. You can find me at Golden Lasso Girl on most things. I'm here on Wednesday nights for this show, and I'm here every Friday night for our advice show. So, yeah, absolutely.
Adam.
Hey. Hi, I'm Adam, and you can find me at Hoobuk, HOOBUK, on Twitter and Instagram. Twitter and Instagram. And then I'm also here every Wednesday night for this show, and usually about every other Friday night on the advice show as well. And we're a goddamn delight. So tune in.
Riley.
Hey everybody, I'm Riley Silverman. You can find me on Twitter at Riley J. Silverman and on Instagram at Riley Silverman. And it's going to be the same announcement every week at this point. My Star Wars books are available for pre-order. I got my own copy of my Tatooine book today. I got 4 copies in the mail, and I definitely cried
Oh, cool.
when they arrived. But they are, so the first one, the Galaxy's Edge, the Treasures from Batuu book will be coming out pretty soon, I think on the 9th. So that'll be there, and then I believe the Tatooine book comes out, I think, early September now. So, but yeah, go to all the places you find books, and then if they have a pre-order thing, or you tell them, hey, I want this book, tell them you want one. I have 3 Star Wars books that are coming up. So there's the 2 that I mentioned, plus the Life Day pop-up book and Advent calendar. So please check those out. I'm still so excited about it, and that is the big thing. Also, this weekend, I'm going to be on Saving Throw Show's Alzheimer's benefit show.
Nice.
I'll be playing I don't know if we've announced what I'm doing exactly, but we're doing a game using I don't think it's a secret, but I don't know. It's DuckTales with doing Savage World. So we'll see how it goes.
Fun. Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
that's awesome.
It's an Alzheimer's benefit?
Yeah.
Oh, that's wonderful. Thank you.
Awesome.
Jamie.
Oh, well, first of all, congrats on those book releases, Riley. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Howdy, folks. I am Jay Africa. You can find me at Twitter at Jay Africa, and on Instagram at Transplant Asian. And here every Wednesday for Hexbreakers, and occasionally on the Advice Show as well.
Yes, and when you go to get those books, tell them Bubble Chum sent you. We will be back next week for our next session. If you want to catch up on past episodes, visit happyjacks.org/hexbreakers. If you want to find all the other actual plays on the Happy Jacks network, visit happyjacks.org. That's all for tonight. We don't actually do closing credits music, but if you were to listen to some, if you just wanted to listen to some yourself, I would select the Talking Heads Life During Wartime. I think that would be a great closing credit song for this episode. We'll see you next week, everybody. Thank you and goodbye.
I recommend the
Bye.
Invincible Sonic the Hedgehog music.
Yeah.